Patrick Roy said he didn't want to play for the coach or the team anymore. These are the young and restless Montreal Canadiens. Here in Winnipeg, the sun is setting on the Jets franchise. Like sand through the hourglass, these are the days of our lives. The future of the team now in the control of Richard Burke and Stephen Gluckstern, and they will rise from the ashes again next season in their new home of Phoenix, Arizona. Tonight, these two teams meet for the last time in Winnipeg. Live from the arena, it's the Canadiens and the Jets. Molson Jets Hockey on CKND Winnipeg TV is brought to you by Molson Canadian. While the Jets are not in the media pressure cooker as the Habs are in Montreal, they have been feeling the heat the last week thanks to their 3-game losing streak. On the coldest night of the year, only the Montreal Canadiens could bring out a near-capacity crowd to the Winnipeg Arena to watch the Jets. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Molson Jets Hockey on CKND Winnipeg TV. I'm Joe Pascucci. It is always a special occasion whenever the Montreal Canadiens come to town, and barring a Stanley Cup Final showdown, this will be the 23rd and final meeting at the arena between the Jets and the Canadiens. The Habs holding a slight advantage, 9 wins, 8 losses. 5 other games have ended up in ties. The Jets 13-13-3. They're on a 3-game losing streak, but so far this season, they've yet to sport a losing record. That's the good news. Montreal Canadiens 13-12-2 on the season. They only have 1 win in their last 8 games, and since the Patrick Roy trade, they have a win, a loss, and a tie. With more on tonight's game between the Jets and the Canadiens, let's bring in Kurt Kilback and Ted Irvin.
Thanks, Joe, and hello again, everybody. You know, Ted, Joe made mention of the fact whenever the Montreal Canadiens come to town, it's a special night.
Always special when Montreal's here, Kurt. It's kind of sad to hear that this is the last time we'll see them in the Winnipeg Arena. A lot of good memories. Montreal Canadiens, one of the big established hockey franchises in the world.
One of the guys that they hope that will put on a better show tonight for the Winnipeg Jets is a guy who didn't even know he was going to play tonight, Alexei Zamnov.
Well, I don't know what the Winnipeg Jets said to the NHL today, but Zamnov was not supposed to play tonight. But Alexei Zamnov has got to get it going. Offensively, he's a very skilled player. They need him to score goals. They need him to set up plays. They can't rely just using Solani Tkachuk. They have to get more points out of Zamnov.
They need the kind of season or productivity out of him that the Canadiens are getting from Brian Savage.
Oh, Brian Savage, all the adversity that's going on right now in Montreal, Brian Savage is not being affected whatsoever. Since Mario Tremblay's taken over this hockey club, Savage has scored 19 goals. He's a key ingredient to the offensive power of the Montreal Canadiens.
Here in Winnipeg, of course, the Jets coming off a devastating defeat the other day, 6-1 against Washington. They've got to bounce off that.
Well, Kurt, everybody's all over the Winnipeg Jets. They just don't have the depth. They have too many injuries right now. And for them to play well, they need all their players to be back. They'll be okay. They've got enough points right now. They'll get through this slump.
So it's a special night in Winnipeg. The Montreal Canadiens, minus 35. We've got tuxedos. We've got it all. And it's coming up right here. Stand by for the opening face-off here on CKND Winnipeg TV.
Today's world of beers, Molson Special Dries in a world all its own.
This holiday season, meet someone new. Ajax and Dixon, reindeer ambassadors at the Assiniboine Park Zoo. It's Lights of the Wild, a special event nightly from December 16th through January 7th. Sponsored in part by CKND Winnipeg TV.
Day after day, you see the same thing. Car and truck buyers driving all over Manitoba looking for great deals, only to end up at the home of the big buy, Jim Goche. And then they ask, how do you always have the best prices? And how can you sell your cars and trucks for so much less than everybody else? Well, the answer is easy. volume. If you don't come see the big guy today, he can't save you any money.
On McPhillips, north of Inkster. Whether you're warming up or hitting full stride, you want to look and feel your best. At Athletes Wear, we've got the best selection for all your clothing and footwear needs. Look good and save $20 when you buy a Nike Balboa suit. These Nike suits are fully lined for comfort and come in 3 hot colors. A great combination of fashion and function. Athletes Wear, still the right choice.
The choice is there. Athletes Wear.
I thought I was running away, but I was just running. All I could see was you. Escape.
Calvin Klein at the Bay.
Molson Jets Hockey on CKND is brought to you in part by the home of the Big Buy, Jim Coche Chevol's Geo Cadillac.
Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Plenty of atmosphere in the Winnipeg Arena tonight, the biggest crowd of the season, and a guy who'll to the gun for quite some time in Montreal is Jocelyn Thibault. No matter how hard he tries, he'll long be in the shadow of Patrick Roy. And standing opposite in goal for the Winnipeg Jets, another man who's under the gun because of the incredible season that Nikolai Habapuk had been putting together is Tim Cheveldae. The referee tonight is Paul Dvorsky, and the linesman Baron Parker and Wayne Bonney. The first time in 2 years these clubs have met. Last year, of course, the shortened season, all play was within the conference. So a lot of people have been waiting a long time to see that club, the Montreal Canadiens, against this club, Alexei Zhamnov and the Winnipeg Jets. Off the draw, the puck goes back into the Canadian zone. And going back to get it for Montreal is Kiprasov. Gets it ahead now for Bure. His pass into the middle, knocked down. It's grabbed again by Valerie Bure. Puts it across. Darren Quint with it for Winnipeg. Kiprasov cuts it off. Now it's grabbed at center. Drake in the Canadian zone. And Thibault leaves it behind for Kiprasov. He worked in front, being pestered there by Stapleton. It comes to center off. Now it's grabbed by Recchi. He's checked. Drake puts it over to Zhamnov. Zhamnov for Stapleton. Back to Zhamnov. Gains the line. Zhamnov in deep. Goes to the red. And it didn't fool Thibault. Recchi starts back from Montreal. Gets to center. Dumps it in. And with it now, Cheveldae puts it ahead. It's picked up there by Bure. He puts it back to Brisbois. That creates Brisbois. As the Canadiens start out, here's Popovich. Dumps it into Jet territory. Cheveldae from Manson. Manson tries to steer it. Can't get it by Popovich. Puts it down into the corner. Now Danfus in behind the net for Stevenson. Wrapped up. And the loose puck is pounced upon by Cheveldae.
Well, Kurt, we talked about Alexei Zhamnov taking control of this game. He's playing a line with Drake and young Stapleton. Stapleton knows darn well. Give the puck to Zhamnov. Let him take it. He comes around the net. He puts his arm out to go around the defenseman, and he makes a good backhand pass. If he goes one step further, he might have caught the far corner on Thibault. Thibault makes a good save for his first save of the game, but Zhamnov's got the lays going early, and that's a good sign.
Here's Finlay with it now for Winnipeg. Finlay ridden out of the play. The puck in the corner. They battle for it there. Olchek and Stevenson. Turner. Stevenson wins the battle. Dumps it in behind the net. Now Rosinski. Ridden off the puck by Finlay. Solani trying to get it out. Can't. It goes to Danfus looking in front. Danfus backhand. And it goes wide. Here's Tkachuk trying to bat it out. He does. And that'll go all the way down the ice. It's not icing as Popovich gets back. Nearing the 2-minute mark of a scoreless opening period. The lead pass to center ice. Here's Kovalenko. In over the jet line. Swings to the outside. Turcotte in pursuit. Kovalenko down to the corner. Manson joins the fray. Now Tkachuk grabs the puck. Puts it back to Daryl Shannon. The only Shannon dressed tonight for the Jets. Gets it ahead to Turcotte. Turcotte gains the line. Offside.
Well, you see a few players out of the lineup tonight, Kurt. Their injury bug for the Winnipeg Jets has got Korolev out of the lineup for a week to 2 weeks. Randy Gillen's a scratch. Happy Bowen's the big key for the Winnipeg Jets. He's hurt right now. He was having a very good season. He was a key ingredient. He's out for a while. Wilkinson should be back soon. Temple Newman skated well today. Young Doig going to the Canadian national junior team. Shannon's out. And for Montreal, they have 3 scratches there with Conroy, Brunet.
And Racine, a third of those scratches. So 2:15 into the opening period. No score. Here's Brent Thompson with it for Winnipeg. Chased behind the net by Turgeon. Tried it for Doan. Doan gets up to center. Savage rides him. Doan gets it back again. Here's Doan. Works in. Shot. Saved by T-Ball. King goes after the rebound. He and Kovalenko collide. Kovalenko comes up with the puck. Checked by Turcotte. Puck goes high. It's gloved back to center. And Shannon dumps it in. Now the Canadiens starting out, dump it to center ice, grabbed there by Thompson. He puts it back in. And back forward is Odeline. Odeline gets it over to Malakoff. Puts it along the boards for Savage. The dangerous Brian Savage at center. Dumps it into the Jet zone, and back to get it is Manson. A hit for Drake. Off him. Quintal, the former Jet, dumps it in. Shovelday shovels it around to Manson. Manson straight up to center ice. That goes by Shamnoff. He goes after it quickly. Thibault plays it to Quintal. Quintal to center ice. That goes off Bure. It's up and out of play. This is your Molson hockey broadcast.
Today's world of beers, Molson Special Dries in a world all its own.
Hi, I'm Gerald Wilcox. As you may know, I play a little football here in Manitoba. I've realized to be the best at what you do, to be a true professional and winner, requires a lot of hard work and dedication. And a real competitive attitude sure doesn't hurt. You know who's got it, don't you?
The difference is, you got it, the people at Park Pontiac.
The Molson Brewery's food fill-up for the Christmas cheerboard is happening tomorrow through Saturday. Drop off a non-perishable good to the Molson Malt Room at 77 Redwood Avenue and help those less fortunate this holiday season. Jet players will be there Thursday night from 6 until 8. Now the play is down in the Jet zone. It's along the boards, picked up by Recchi. Recchi throws it across. Quintal at the point. His shot. Shovelday puts it to the corner, grabbed there by Bure. Bure is checked. It goes to Drake. Drake's pass into the middle for Stapleton. It goes to Shamnoff, who moves down deep. Here's Shamnoff in behind the net. Shamnoff falls with some help from Koivu. Drake goes in to grab it. Drake looks in front, trying to leave it. Stapleton grabs it. Gets it to Shamnoff. Shamnoff back to Manson into the corner for Stapleton. Behind the net, Drake. Drake trying to spin free of Quintal. Gets it back to the point to Quint. Quint down deep now for Drake. He for Shamnoff. He missed the net. Now it's sent along the boards by Kip Brassard to center ice. Recchi trying to beat Quint. Recchi dropped it. Bure spins. Shamnoff with him. It goes down to Manson. Looking ahead for Tkachuk at center. Here's Tkachuk over the line. Dropped it off. Full check. Into Tkachuk. Tkachuk's backhand. The save. And it was pounced on. Tkachuk didn't get much on that backhand. And Thibault had an easy time with it.
Good pace of the game tonight, Kurt. The Winnipeg Jets are flying. Montreal Canadiens are flying. The fans are in this game also. You've got Darren Quint made an excellent play there. Darren Quint's a left-hand shot playing the right side. He takes his man out of the play. Winnipeg Jets are able to cause a turnover. Then Dave Manson makes an excellent pass. He puts his head up, and he sees Tkachuk going up the ice. He puts it right on his stick. Tkachuk fakes the shot, comes back to Olczyk, and unfortunately, Tkachuk had to go back to his backhand and couldn't get anything on his shot. But excellent play by Quint and a good lead pass by Dave Manson.
Face-off when it comes will be in the circle to the right of the Montreal goal. You know, Ted, you played in the NHL for a lot of years. I guess it's always been special when Montreal's been around.
Kurt, when we played there, Montreal always seemed to have a goal up before he even got on the ice. You were just so intimidated by them. They play to another level. Look at the crowd. Look at the reporters they have with them, about 50 people here. They have to play with a lot of intensity, and that brings out the best of the other team all the time.
Eddie Olczyk with goals in 4 straight games. Against down close in the face-off. Olczyk wins it. Solani moves in from the point. Backhand. It's covered up on by Jocelyn Thibault.
Well, we got a penalty coming up here, Kurt, but it's a good face-off. Eddie O's also always been a good face-off man. He gets the puck back, and the Jets do something a little tricky there. They slip Timo Solani back to the point and put the defenseman Malgunas on the left side. And here's the draw back by Olczyk. He makes a good play. Solani gets the puck. It's a shot on net. And because there's interference in front of the net, Winnipeg Jets go on the power play. And that all starts from the all-important face-off.
Eddie Olczyk centers the power play, flanked by Keith Tkachuk and Timo Solani. Alexei Zhamnov, who didn't practice with a power play this morning, he thought he'd be suspended, is back at 1 point alongside Dave Manson. Zhamnov has it now. Gets it to Manson. He's shot, and then just trickled through. Here's Tkachuk. Tkachuk looks back to the point. Manson into the corner. Olczyk. Olczyk trying to feed it across. The pass is broken up, and it's taken out to center ice by Koivu. He's ridden off the puck by Manson. Zhamnov frees it to Olczyk. He dumps it in. Solani gives chase down in the corner. Solani comes up with it. Back to the point, Zhamnov. In behind the net now for Tkachuk. Tkachuk is knocked down from behind. There's going to be another penalty to the Canadiens, so the Jets will have a 2-man advantage for as much as a minute and 25 seconds.
Well, see again, Tkachuk goes behind the net, and there's that hitting from behind. The players know they're not supposed to do it. There's too many injuries caused that way. Winnipeg Jets have an excellent chance on this power play with 2-man advantage, and they're moving the puck around very well right now. And the Winnipeg Jets players, Kurt, right now have to be encouraged because the fans seem to be on their side a little bit. If they can get a goal, maybe they can turn this game around on their side. Winnipeg Jets right now, they rank 10th on the power play, and they've got a lot of skill out there right now, Kurt. They should be scoring a lot more than that. Montreal doing a very nice job in their penalty kill, and they're ranked 8th right now. But with the likes of Solani and Zhamnov and Eddie O playing, Eddie O's got 7 goals out of his 12 off the power play. He's playing very well on the specialty team.
Dan Foose went off for interference. Popovich, they called it cross-checking. The face-off in the top of the circle to the left. Now the Montreal goal. It's Eddie Olczyk against Pierre Turgeon. Olczyk wins the draw to Manson. Manson tries it for Tkachuk. Tkachuk back to Manson. In behind the net for Olczyk. Lets it go by to Solani. Solani back for Zhamnov. Tkachuk is in the high slot. Zhamnov moves it over now to Manson. Manson looked to one time. The pass was in the wrong spot. Here's Zhamnov into Solani. He scored! Eddie Olczyk makes it 1-0. They made that look pretty easy, Ted.
They moved the puck around. Dave Manson playing very well. Holds on to the puck. Draws the Montreal forward to him. Zhamnov's too good with the puck. He sees Solani. Watch the pass by Solani. 5-on-3. Nobody could cover Olczyk. He was wide open the side. But give credit to Solani for putting something on the pass, on the ice, on the stick. Eddie's got one line behind the goal line, one leg behind the goal line, stick out front. Eddie O's bread and butter power play goal.
So it's 1-0 Jets. That'll be Olczyk from Solani and Zhamnov. The Jets still have a man advantage. 1:30 left in the penalty to Popovich's. Drake has the puck at center ice. Drake gains the line. Goes to the outside. He's checked. Now it's cleared all the way down the ice by the Canadiens. Back to get it is Darren Turcotte in behind his goal. Turcotte comes up the middle. He can scoot, gets out to center ice, puts it on the left side, Stapleton, and it's offside against the Winnipeg Jets. On that goal, the latest by Eddie Olczyk, has now scored a goal in his last 5 games. Rhonda Purdy of Winnipeg has won by including an old Dutch twin packed chips, proof of purchase, and entering Safeway Score and Win. Rhonda has won a Texas Instruments personal organizer.
Isn't that appropriate too, Kurt? That was such a Purdy goal. Eddie Oles really come back to life. He's coming back to life. I mean, 8 goals in the power play, and he was sat down at the beginning of the year.
Here's Manson in deep to pick it up for Winnipeg. Puts it down to the corner now for Solani. Back to the point, Jamnov. Over to Manson with traffic in front. He lets it go. And Table covered up. Then went through 4 players, 2 of whom were Jets. Keith Tkachuk and the dangerous Eddie O.
Well, again, you got to give credit back to Dave Manson. He's a left-hand shot. He sees the forwards in front of the net. He keeps it low, just trying to get it through so somebody can get the deflection or something like that. But, you know, Dave Manson's having a pretty good year. He came in here this year, everybody expecting a lot more from him, and I think he's produced pretty well. And with Temple Newman been out, he's taking charge of the defense back there, playing on the power play, plays a regular shift, playing pretty good hockey right now.
Koivu and Olczyk face off. Koivu wins it this time. It's center onto the boards. Held in by Jamnov for Solani. Working there against Krasinski. Frees it for Tkachuk. Back to Jamnov. Over to Manson. Manson in deep now for Olczyk. He and Odeline collide. Olczyk gives it to Tkachuk. Back down to Manson. Back to Tkachuk. Tkachuk takes his time. Tried it for Manson. Manson in deep for Solani. Back to Manson. 27 seconds in the man advantage. It's dumped in now for Tkachuk. He gets it over to Jamnov. It's poked by him, but he gets back, recovers to give it to Manson, to Solani. Solani into Olczyk, get a goal, shot!
John?
Well, that
can you catch that one of Eddie Olczyk in the far corner using his feet against the hit and then moving the puck?
Held out. Eddie Olczyk, a glorious opportunity, walked in, tried to beat Thibault low to the glove side. And he grabbed it. It appeared right about the area of the goal line. Stick side.
Well, you know, when you get offensive players, skilled guys like this, they're having fun out there right now. Montreal's not hitting them because they have the penalties all the time, and we'll see it even up pretty soon when you get the likes of Solani and Eddie O and Zamnoff and Tkachuk and Manson having fun, throwing the puck around. It puts a lot of spark into this crowd in this building right now.
Shots on goal, 7-1 Winnipeg. The score, 1-0 Winnipeg on that goal by Olczyk with a 2-man advantage. Still 12 seconds left in the second penalty. Turcotte, King, Doan, Finley, and Malgunas, the power play. Malgunas, a shot! And again, down at his knees. The ball.
Again, Kurt, we're talking about the face-off and the draws and the importance of these draws. You see young Turcotte again. He makes a good draw. Comes right back out to Malgunas at the point. He gets a good shot. What's so important, defensemen, hit the net with your shots. All 3 Jets in front of the net. 2 Montreal defensemen back there trying to defend.
Now the Canadiens starting away. Here's Bureau, sends it to center. The penalty is over. Turcotte has a loose puck. Dumps it down. Thibault sends the bouncer off. Quintal chased there by King. It's put around to center ice. With it is Turgeon. His rink-wide pass knocked away by Malgunas. And back with it is Quintal. Slides it over to Bureau. His pass, left wing. Savage at center ice. Dumps it in. Savage goes after it himself. Puck in the Jets' corner. They battle for it there. Kovalenko works out with it. Here's Kovalenko. Turgeon shot wide. Kovalenko trying to center. Penalty coming to the Jets. Turgeon centers, and it's knocked away. As Paul Dvorsky indicates a holding penalty against Jeff Finley of the Winnipeg Jets.
Excuse me, Santa? Would you mind moving a little more into the light?
Well, actually, I'm kind of busy, but let's see. Here, this'll help.
Now there's a film designed to enhance your camera's performance in virtually any light. Fujifilm Super G Plus, the most advanced film for today's automatic cameras.
There's only one way to beat winter in Manitoba. Four-wheel drive from Winnipeg Jeep Eagle. The 96 Jeep Grand Cherokee is Canada's best all-terrain vehicle, combining safety, elegance, and 4x4 toughness. The Jeep Cherokee, still Manitoba's favorite four-wheel drive utility vehicle. And don't forget the Eagle Talon, the all-wheel drive sports car. Sure-footed traction in all conditions, plus the guaranteed lowest prices and lowest lease rates at Winnipeg Jeep Eagle, Western Canada's largest volume Jeep Eagle dealership. 1430 Ellis, just a slap shot from the arena.
So Jeff Finlay goes into the penalty box, and Ted will have an opportunity to look at the Montreal power play.
Well, again, the recent trade the Montreal Canadiens made, getting Kovalenko and Rashinsky, they have really picked up their skill level. Right now, their power play is ranked 5th in the National Hockey League, which is pretty outstanding. Winnipeg Jets penalty kill is 22nd, so Winnipeg Jets are going to have to work hard to kill this penalty off.
Recchi is back with Brisbois. Turgeon is up front with Savage and Kovalenko, the Montreal power play. Recchi gives to Brisbois. He takes his time. Gives it to Kovalenko, and here come the Canadiens out to center ice. Jumped into the jet zone. Chevrolet from Manson. Puts it around, and that goes all the way down the ice. Eastwood chases after it. He'll make Brisbois hurry. Brisbois tried to clear it once, gets another opportunity, takes it behind, and try to organize the Canadiens power play as he drops it to the new captain of the Canadiens, Pierre Turgeon. He gains the line. Turgeon shot. Chevrolet kicks that one out. Savage trying to dig it up from the feet of Kovalenko. Now it goes to Savage. Back to Turgeon. To Savage. Traffic in front behind the net now for Turgeon. Kovalenko is in front. Turgeon looks at him. Trying to feed it. It goes down to Savage. A shot. Here's Turgeon. Gives to Kovalenko. Kovalenko takes his time, gives to Turgeon. Kovalenko shot, and it bounced off a leg. Picked up by Drake, and Drake scoops up the left side. He gets to center. Drake trying to get through. He's got 3 shorthanded goals this year, but Brisbois closed the path, and Recchi starts back. Mark Recchi in center ice. Drives it into the jet zone. Manson is back. Manson puts it right in front. Recchi shot. That hit a player and bounced all the way back. Here's Brisbois. 12 seconds left in that penalty to the Jets. Finlay gives it to Koivu. Dropped off. Taken in across the line by Melikov. The damn boost was offside.
A game like tonight, Kurt, you got to have some breaks too. In the last couple of shots, Montreal Canadiens have had some good opportunities to take some good shots, and both shots that they've had have gone off the toes of one of the Jets defensemen, Thompson, and the next one off Stapleton. And you got to be lucky to be good. Turgeon, very skilled hockey player, has got to become the leader of Montreal Canadiens. Good wrist shot. There you see again, Dave Manson stands straight up, looks straight between the chest, and keeps Turgeon from going straight at the net. He is the newest captain, taking over from Winnipegger, Mike Keane.
Off the draw, it's picked up by Darryl Shannon. He dumps it the distance as Finlay steps out of the penalty box. So both clubs are at full strength. 1-0. The Jets lead it just past the midway mark of the opening period. In excess of 14,000 in attendance at the Winnipeg Arena. Koivu gets it hit out of Danfus. Right side, here's Murray. Shot. Chevrolet save. Murray deep. He feeds it across. That goes by Cone. Koivu slaps it in. Finlay trying to get it out. Tries again. Does to center. Knocked down by Kiprasov. Now it's grabbed by Koivu. To Bure. Into the middle. Danfus gains the line. Looking back. Feeds it across to Quintal. Quintal with traffic in front, dumps into the corner. Turcotte there for Winnipeg. Run into by Danfus. Koivu in front. Murray shot. That didn't quite go through. And King picks it up. He puts it back out over center. And with it now, Quintal. Ahead. Here's the shot by Bureau. Shoveled it way out. And he covers up. 1-0, the Jets lead.
Winter's here, and it's time to ask yourself, does your battery have the juice to get you started when you really need it? Do your tires have the traction you need for slippery situations? Only Canadian Tire offers MotoMaster batteries and tires to get you going in any situation. All at the everyday low prices you'd expect from Canada's automotive store. Canadian Tire. There's a lot more for your car for a lot less.
This is fine print. Its natural habitat is down at the bottom of an ad, often one promising you tremendous savings on long distance. It hides there in the desperate hope that it won't be noticed. Because if you did notice it, you'd realize that the savings being promised might not be as big as they seem, and that you can get competitive savings from MTS. Funny how with all that type, they managed to forget that.
There we see a good picture of the feisty, fiery Mario Tremblay. They have a nice breakout play here coming out of Kurt. See how fast they move the puck up. And then Chris King looks over his shoulder. By the time he turns around, the Montreal forward has slipped by him, got a good shot away. Too quick in that wing. Somebody's got to help King. The defenseman's got to yell at him and say, Chris, you got to grab your man. By the time King noticed this guy was by him, I believe it was Koivu, he just didn't have a chance to catch up to him.
Here's Odeline's shot. That's blocked. Now it's ground by Petrov. Petrov slides it in deep. And back to get it is Manson. Manson's pass to Ronan. And Ronan down in the corner. Hands it to Quinn. Quinn trying to spin away. Does get it to Ronan. Ahead now to Eastwood. To Ronan. To Manson. Long shot. Goes off the line. Eastwood. Gets to Eastwood. Centers it. And it's taken away by the Canadiens. Here's Bureau. His pass on the left side. Here's the shot that hit the goal post. That shot by Brashear hit the post. Eastwood tried it for McKenzie. By him. Odeline checked by McKenzie. And it's cleared out to center ice by Malakoff. Thompson primes it back in. Here's Brashear. Rink wide. Odeline. Back it goes. Sent straight up by Malakoff. Olczyk. Looks for room, puts it ahead, stopped at the point. Danfo Stevenson knew something was there. It was Thompson. Thompson has it now. Tried it for Tkachuk, hit the linesman. Tkachuk picks it up, gives it back to Thompson, to Olczyk. 1-0 Jets in the opening period, 7:40 left. It's taken now by Danfo, trying to swing by Shannon. Danfo shot, Cheveldae shuts the door. It's grabbed now by Olczyk, can't get it out. Dump back in, Rosinski, in deep for Stevenson. Stevenson looks for Danfos, holds on. Here's Stevenson, holds on to it. In behind now for Danfos, poked away from him by Shannon to Tkachuk. He can't get it out. They're down in the corner. Stevenson digs it out in front. Knocked away by Manson. Thompson it is. A Brisbois shot, and that was blocked in front. Here's Shannon. Finally gets it out. Some good pressure by the Montreal Canadiens. Stevenson, Rosinski, Danfos unit. Here's Brisbois. Gets it up. Malgunas hands it to Stapleton. His first game back from the broken jaw. Gives it to Shemna. Back to Stapleton. Shot. And Edwin just over top. It's all the way down the ice. Cheveldae. Around for Finlay. Poked it ahead for Stapleton. Taken now by Kovalenko. Manages to free himself of two Jets, then just pushes it ahead where Finlay is. Finlay gets it over to Stapleton. He gives it to Drake. Dallas Drake at center ice with Zhemnov. Drake tried to drop to Zhemnov. Zhemnov picks it up. Here's Zhemnov. Kachidruk backhand. And the Canadiens start back. It's taken by Savage with a head of steam. Turns on to his left. Savage shot blocked by Quinn. Zhemnov gets it to the blue line and out. And Kovalenko has it. He dumps it back. 6 minutes left in the opening period. Now Quint with it for Winnipeg. Gives to King. King dumped it all the way down. And it's a souvenir.
Canadian Tire has great prices on everything you need. Plus, earn Canadian Tire money with every cash purchase of merchandise. Great prices made better at Canadian Tire.
Obviously, Vince Dampu sitting on the bench there, Kurt. This game's got a lot of momentum right now. Winnipeg's just defensemen need some help back there. The likes of Dampu's coming at you. You got to knock him down. Give the Winnipeg Jets defensemen some help.
Here's on the line. His pass rink wide, knocked down by Doan. Recchi gets to it. Now Quinn to Recchi. To Doan, who dumps it in. It's all the way back. And the Canadiens, Recchi. Into the middle. Koivu. Check by King. It goes back. It's taken deep by the Canadiens. Malakov. His pass hit Koivu for Recchi. Off him. King puts it back. And Malakov for Montreal. Pursued by Doan. Gives to Orland. King closing in. It goes to Bure. Here's Recchi. Cut off momentarily by Manson. Recchi perseveres. Puts it back. It's taken out by Koivu. Into Bure. Bure steps in front. He shot hit his teammate Koivu. Now Koivu puts it back. Bure into the corner. Malakov centers. Knocked away. They've got a fight back at center. Way back at center. It's King and Orlean. Chris King going at it with Lyle Orlean. They were 100 feet from the action.
How that all started. Chris King went after Koivu. Orlean stepped in.
Coincidentally, these two people will be our intermission guests. Chris King in the first, and Lyle Orlean from Quill Lake, Saskatchewan in the second. It's a fun at the arena tonight.
There's one place that has everything you want to say this Christmas. Sears. The one place that has all the bright ideas you'll need. Gifts they're gonna love at savings you're gonna love. Here's a great idea. Buy more and save more on robes, loungewear, sleepwear, and holiday day wear. Buy one, save 15%. Buy two, save 30%. Buy three, save 40%. And if you don't guess right, Sears gift guarantee will make it right. So this year, be bright. Start this Christmas at Sears.
Expect more from Sears.
What do you think he's gonna bring us this time? I have my heart set on that Hot Wheels car and ramp. I sure could use that Barbie.
You can get your kids their favorites with McDonald's Holiday Happy Meal. One with each Happy Meal you buy.
Home. He's good.
Right now at McDonald's, celebrate the holidays with the Kids Video Collection, just $6.99 each, featuring Goldilocks and the Three Bears, the classic tale with a 90s twist. With 75 cents going to RMCC, collect all four, only at McDonald's.
In the upcoming intermission, Joe Pascucci will have the MTS scoreboard, a feature called Between Periods, and a conversation with the combatants, Chris King. Now play resumes. The puck is down in the Jet zone, picked up by Olczyk. He tried it ahead for Tkachuk, stopped Rosinski. Gets it into Stevenson. His pass picked off by Quint for Tkachuk. Tkachuk's pass to the middle. Here's Manson. Manson gains the lot. Back for Tkachuk. Couldn't get his shot away as Damphus tied up his stick. And Brisbois to center ice. To Damphus, gains the line. And Turner Stevenson was offside.
Young Wazinski coming in from the Colorado Avalanche. I'm sure he's wondering what's going on with the speed of this game right now, because this is just great tempo. He's a very skilled player, and he could probably pick up a few more points playing with this Montreal Hockey Club right now. He and Kovalenko, not big guys, but very feisty, can put the puck in the net. And the speed game like this, they should do very well.
1-0. The Jets lead. 4:23 left in the opening period. Vincent Damphus and the goal scorer, Eddie Olczyk, at the Jet line. Damphus pulls it back to Brisbois. Drives a long shot wide of the Jet goal. Quint goes after it, kicks it ahead to Solani. His pass into Tkachuk. Tkachuk trying to split the defense. Put it through. It's picked up by Thibault. Gets it ahead to center ice. Turned around there by Rosinski, who gains the Jet line. Dropped it off. Into Popovich. Tried to dump it in front. Stevenson is in behind the net with Quint. Now Solani. Over to Olczyk. Olczyk looks ahead. Manson was offside as Olczyk handed the puck to Timo Solani, who's slump-ridden these days.
Well, Timo Solani's too good a hockey player, though, Kurt. He'll break out of the slump. He'll get a goal here and there. As long as he keeps on working hard, he'll be, he's effective for the Jets. Unfortunately, in that play there, he just got a little ahead, or Manson got a little ahead of him, and they had a clear chance coming down the right side. You had an example there of the Winnipeg Jets on that break there. 3 men get caught up the ice, and you left 2 Winnipeg defensemen back. Montreal's been able to break out on a 3-on-2. You need 1 forward coming back to help this Jet defenseman.
Here's Brent Thompson with it. Gives it to Drake. He dumps it in. Back is Turgeon. Flips it outside. And Quintal, who last year was the highest scoring Jet defenseman. Now with Montreal, sends it out to center ice. It's picked up by Drake. Drake's pass to Zhamnov. He finds some room. Here's Zhamnov. He scores! Unbelievable. Alexei Zhamnov wins his magic.
There's the man we talked about, Kurt. Watch how he works in such small quarters. You've got 4 Montreal players hanging on to him. He still gets a shot away. It goes off the defenseman Quintal to the far post, but he's got 4 guys on him. He's still able to hold on to the puck.
So the Jets lead it 2-0. Here's Thompson. Puts it ahead to Zhamnov. He sends it all the way back to the Canadiens line. Brisbois. Rink wide. The Canadiens' Malakov puts it up to Turgeon. He dumped it into the Jet zone. Back forward is Thompson. Zhamnov, who just scored his 11th. Weaves his way to center. Gives it to... Here's Zhamnov back again. And Stapleton fed it back to him on a given goal. Drake to Stapleton. Tried to beat Zhamnov. Stapleton puts it in now for Drake. A shot. It went wide. Shannon moves in. Puts it deep. Brisbois. Gets it ahead down to Turgeon. 2:37 left in the opening period. 2-0 Winnipeg. Chevrolet puts it in the corner. Recchi trying to work his way in front. Turcotte can't get it out. Turgeon gives to Bure. Dumped into the corner. After it is Doan. Gets it to the line. Malakov shot. Chevrolet kicks. Malgudis in the corner. Bure comes up with it. Gives to Quintal. Stick lifted by McKenzie. And he cleared it away. Malakov. Into the middle, Turcotte puts it back, and the Canadiens will try it again. Malakov to Bure. Valerie Bure dumps it in. Going back is Finley. Jeff Finley just dumps it all the way down the ice. It will not be icing. Malakov chased by the rookie Doan. Ahead for Recchi. Tkachuk cruises in on him. Manson at center. He dumps it in. Here's Olczyk, race for it. Quintal managed to block it. Olczyk back to the point. Quint into the corner. Solani. Olczyk behind. Olczyk in front. Tkachuk trying to get the shot away. And the Canadiens. Quintal gets in at center ice. Puts it across. Too many men. A penalty coming up against the Montreal Canadiens. And here we go again with our score and win contest. Sandra Skelly of Winnipeg qualified by attaching a proof of purchase from Campbell's Soup to a ballot provided by Safeway. As a result, Sandra, you've won a Macassa 20-piece dinnerware set just in time for Christmas.
Well, we spoke before in the game about Zhamnov having to perform tonight. He started off very well. He's playing with Stapleton and Drake, and they're smart hockey players. They keep giving the puck to Zhamnov. Montreal are complaining about this penalty, but it was very apparent that they just had too many guys out there. We'll be able to see 2 guys on the boards here. They get caught when 1 man comes over the boards. There's 3, 4, 5, 6. I remember Mario tried that years ago, and it didn't work then either.
So the Jets, who scored the opening goal when they had a 2-man advantage, will again have an opportunity on the power play.
Kurt, you go to practices and you watch your line changes. You're told about them over and over, and every year there's always penalties. Too many men on the ice. You wonder when we would learn that there's only supposed to be 5 guys out there.
Well, now between periods,
feature, one of the items that will be discussed, that will be shown, is one on line changes. Maybe we'll get Mario Trombley to watch. Although, you know, the coach always gets blamed. Usually it's the players, isn't it?
Well, Mario was just saying, he looked at the referee and he started clapping to him, and he's trying to egg the referee on. He's trying to get his boys moving a little bit, too. He doesn't like what he sees out there. 2-0, opening period, and drawing penalties like that. He knows it's the player's fault, not the referee's.
Olczyk, Solani, Kachuk, Manson, and Shamnov, the power play for Winnipeg. Bureau against Olczyk. Olczyk has won most of his draws in this period. Won that one as well. Gets it back to Manson. Manson's pass left side, Shamnov. Center ice. Dumps it in. Backboard. Popovich trying to clear. It goes instead to Kachuk. Kachuk in for Solani. Back for Kachuk. His pass picked off, and here comes Koivu. He can fly. Floats up the left wing. Trying to beat Manson. Now spins. Waits for a trailer. Finds Brisbois. He's content to kill some time. Puts it back to Malikov. And he dumps it all the way down. 45 seconds left in the opening period. 2-0. The Jets lead. The Jets have the man advantage. Malikov has the puck, and he dumps it the distance. Chevrolet. Shamnov. Olczyk to Kachuk. Kachuk deep. Check. Danfos takes his time. Can't get it by Solani. Here's Kachuk looking across at Quint. Feeds him the pass. Hopped over his stick. Quint behind the net. Olczyk to the corner. Solani. Solani with 11 seconds in the period. He lets it go. Kicked away. And the Canadiens, Turgeon, should be able to kill the remainder of the period. Turgeon over the line. Puts it in deep. Danfos and Solani in the first period. An entertaining first period is history.
Very good period by Tim Chevrolet. Winnipeg Jets, 8 shots he had against him. He came with some key saves at the right side. Excellent period by the goaltender.
So up next, Chris King will be in conversation with Joe Pascucci. King got an early break after having that with the line. So the score after one period, the Winnipeg Jets 2 and the Montreal Canadiens nothing.
Can I get some milk, please?
She got the last one.
Excuse me, I'll be right back, okay?
We need 2 specials. All right, let's not take half of the bag, huh? You become a sweet taste in my mouth. Ooh. And I know you're gonna. Oh, yeah.
Hi, sweet.
Got milk? Check, please.
This special Christmas greeting is being brought to you by Zellers, the same people who bring you these very special Christmas savings. This week, save $20 on a 19-inch Sansui TV, just $259.97, and save 30% on our entire selection of ladies' loungewear and sleepwear. Merry Christmas and lower prices from Zellers, where the lowest price is the law every day.
Play Safeway, score and win. When the Jets score on CKND, you could win an IBM Aptiva multimedia computer, a GE Spacemaker 2 microwave oven, Dirt Devils MVP and Dust Devil from Royal Appliance, or $300 in MasterCard traveler's checks from the Bank of Montreal. You could also win a trip for 2 to Mazatlan, Mexico, courtesy of Canadian Holidays, Canada's largest vacation company. To enter, drop by your local Safeway, and when the Jets score on CKND, you could win. Score and win at Safeway, today's better way.
Golf Tour coupon books have been a favorite Christmas gift for years. This year, Golf Tour 96 comes with something special. Winnipeg's Book of Gold. With Book of Gold, you get 16 of the same golf courses offering 25 free rounds of golf. Plus, get 2-for-1 coupons at 90 restaurants, Jets games, skiing, IMAX, Discovery Zone, and many more. This year, give them more than Golf Tour. Give them Book of Gold. Pick up your Book of Gold at Shoppers Drug Mart, Select a Seat, Caddy Shed, Nevada Bob's, Dale at Sapenco, the Bomber Gift Shop, and all Play It Again sports stores.
Eddie Olczyk and Alexei Zhamnov have the goals as the Winnipeg Jets have a 2-0 lead on the Montreal Canadiens after one period of play. One of the highlights of that first period, this little scrap between the Jets' Chris King and Lyle Odeline. We'll be talking to Lyle Odeline in our second intermission, and this is Kyle Joseph King, the newest member of the King family. And Chris,
That was a good first period for the Winnipeg Jets. Hard-working first period.
This team, I think everybody realizes now, is only successful when we come out of the gates and work hard and keep it simple. And for the most part, I think we did that. Power play got us a good start. Archie's flying out there when he and our leaders are leading. Everybody's following suit, and it was a big period after a disappointing loss last game.
Speaking of hard work, I assume wife Paula is at home tonight with the 3 kids, Danielle, Eric, and, of course, the newest addition, Kyle Joseph.
I'm sure she'd love to trade me positions anytime. That's a handful. She's doing a heck of a job.
All right, tell us the name, Kyle Joseph. I know it's a special one for you.
Well, Kyle is a good, strong King name. My mom started tradition with the KKs, obviously. Green, Kathy, myself, Chris, and we thought Kyle was a good, strong name. He certainly is a king when you look at his baby pictures. And Joseph is my wife's grandfather. So it's a name that I think will suit the guy. And he was 7 pounds, 11 ounces. So he's either going to be a good basketball player, good hockey player. He'll always be open.
Right, definitely. 7'11", always open. Chris, captain of the Winnipeg Jets this season. I know last season and the years past, you've always been a voice in the dressing room. Has that changed any this year, or what is the difference now? Does your voice carry more weight?
Well, I think, like I told you this morning, they tend to listen a little more because now I have the right to stand up in the room when I speak, which previous years I didn't. No, I think the guys respect me for what I have to say. 9 years in the league, I've been around and played with some good players, some good leaders, and hopefully I can bring that to a young team, a team that needs some good leadership, and I've got a great supporting cast in there this year for the first time in a long time.
And you're providing some good leadership to this hockey club and to a rookie, Shane Doan.
Shane Doan's really filled in great. You know, we had a talk this morning. It's his fault that he can't go to the junior team. I knew he was quite excited about it, but he just played himself as a regular in the National Hockey League and a very effective one on our hockey team. And it's quite a thrill playing with him. He complements my game, and he certainly looks for the older guys for leadership, and I think he's done a great job.
Well, Chris King, let's hope the Jets can keep it up for the rest of this game tonight.
It's a tough road game here in our own building. There's a lot of St. Boniface fans here, but we hope to disappoint.
All right, the Winnipeg Jets leading the Montreal Canadiens 2-0. Our thanks to Chris King. Coming up next, we'll feature the art of changing lines as we go between periods. It's been a great game so far. Stick around, more to come as our Molson Jets hockey telecast continues.
I don't know, but this seems very unorthodox. Look, he's looking forward to a good breakfast.
At this special time of year, we wish you and your family the very best.
Discover a world of fragrances at the Bay.
At the Bay, your Christmas advantage is Polo Sport by Ralph Lauren, the clean, crisp fragrance for today's active man. Now, with any Polo Sport fragrance purchase of $42 or more, get the Polo Sport belt bag with eau de toilette, deodorant stick, and soap only at the Bay. And as a special offer from the Bay, with any fragrance or cosmetic purchase, this set of 3 brass planters is just $12.95.
Come celebrate Christmas at the Bay today.
Day after day, you see the same thing. Car and truck buyers driving all over Manitoba looking for great deals, only to end up at the home of the big buy, Jim Goche. And then they ask, how do you always have the best prices? And how can you sell your cars and trucks for so much less than everybody else? Well, the answer is easy. Volume! If you don't come see the big guy today, he can't save you any money.
On McPhillips, north of Inkster.
What's on your Christmas list this year? Another sweater, tie, perfume, or that boring box of chocolates? Why not give them some excitement? Tickets to a Jets game, dinner at a fine restaurant, a round of golf, a day at Discovery Zone. You can give all of these when you give Winnipeg's Book of Gold. For $35, you're giving over 200 2-for-1 coupons, a gift everyone can use year-round. And now, just in time for Christmas, you can pick up your Book of Gold at Shoppers Drug Mart, Select a Seat, or any of these local retailers.
Promotional consideration provided by...
No matter what you drive, and no matter when you drive it, from extreme cold to extreme heat, count on Delco batteries. Dependable power.
Well, when Mario Tremblay took over as head coach of the Canadiens, moving from the broadcast booth to behind the bench, the line was that Mario Tremblay never knew how to change your line. Well, in that first period, we saw that a bad line change can cost you a penalty. Jets head coach Terry Simpson takes us through the art of changing lines.
The change should be made when the puck is going in the offensive zone. So that's the first thing that you look for. And really, all 5 players shouldn't change at once. I mean, you should keep one player on the far side of the ice, because the play on a line change from the opposition is usually from the goalie or defenseman right up the far side, and they try to catch you on the line change. So you shouldn't change your offside winger or your offside defenseman. One of those guys should stay. But the change should be made going into the offensive zone. And if the puck goes deep, you can get your guys on without a problem. And the only other thing is that if you have possession of the puck, it certainly shouldn't go into your bench area when you're trying to make a change. That's really what causes a lot of the problems. If you're ready to make a change, or in the process of making a change, and your team, or maybe the opposition, puts the puck into your bench area, then you got to be really alert that you don't touch the puck when you come on the ice. You always think that you're just going to go out and make that one last rush, but if the puck comes right back into your end, you get hung out there. And, you know, especially in the second period in our building here, it's a long change. So, you know, our defensemen are making a long change all the time, so you try to get them off as quick as you can. But players have a tendency to stay too long, and I think that's a discipline thing. And the line changes themselves are a discipline thing also. Go, Dor. Their responsibility of the coach ultimately, because that's part of the system you put into place. But I think the actual line change, I think that becomes the player's responsibility. They have to know who they're taking off, and they can't jump early. And a lot of times, or sometimes I guess it happens where they don't realize they're up, or they haven't heard their call or whatever. They're not paying attention, or one of the 3 things, and so you get caught with too many men in the ice. But I think when the too many men in the ice penalties occur, most of the time it's the player's responsibility, because they're not watching and not paying attention to the guys that they're taking off.
With 17 seconds of a penalty kill here. Make sure you're aware of it.
One of the most pleasant surprises this year has been the defensive play of Jeff Finley, Stuart Malgunas, and recent recall Brent Thompson. For guys who weren't expected to play much, they are filling in admirably on the blue line.
Anytime you get a rash of injuries through your hockey clubs, and other people obviously get an opportunity to play a little more than what probably was anticipated, and I think more than what they thought. Obviously they came here with an open mind and made the most of an opportunity to play. Obviously, again, they are players that we count on to fill a role, and if you look at their overall play, they have come in and did an adequate job for us. What we've tried to stress with them is again, is not to run all over the place, to play sound defense and play position. I know at times over the last 5 or 6 games we haven't looked that well or played that well on our own end, but there's some individuals that have been able to control their play and control and running around in our own end and just concentrate on playing, doing their job and moving the puck out, and those players have done so.
The human face, a landscape, difficult terrain where certain hairs grow taller, longer. Introducing a revolutionary 3-stage shaving system, Braun Flex Integral. The first foil removes short hairs. An integrated cutter shaves longer hairs. Then the second foil completes the job. New Flex Integral for Braun's closest shave yet. Braun, the world's most recognized shave.
Sit back and relax. Searching for something special in leather? Let Cosman's Showcase collection dazzle your imagination, as only Natuzzi can. Natuzzi creates the right comfort and style for your environment. Soft, supple leathers in a range of 220 colors. Selection, comfort, style, and reliable pricing every day. At Cosman's, you can shop with confidence. Cosman's, Winnipeg's best leather address, 200 Princess.
I'll call.
I just wanted to say Merry Christmas.
I love you too, Dad.
Can Telemigo for Christmas at these fine stores.
No matter what type or size of business you have, Mind Computer Products is your solutions provider.
And for home, Mind has Manitoba's largest computer product showroom filled with great product of the week specials like these.
The Mind Ultimate 533 Ultimate Performance, 133 megahertz Pentium processor, 16 megs of RAM, and 1 gigabyte hard drive. Feel the power. And the Hewlett-Packard DeskJet 600C color printing for home or office, just $429.
Mind Computer Products.
Let's find out what's happening around the National Hockey League tonight, courtesy of MTS on this cold and chilly Tuesday evening. Just 3 other games taking place in the NHL on Long Island. The Rat Pack, the Florida Panthers, leading the Islanders 3-1. That game is in the 3rd period. Detroit and St. Louis, the Red Wings leading it on Bob Airy's shorthanded goal, his 4th of the season, 1-0. A little later on, it'll be Ottawa at San Jose. Pierre Gauthier's first game as the Senators' new general manager. And our score, the Jets leading the Montreal Canadiens by a score of 2-0. You're up to date on the NHL, courtesy of MTS. 2nd period action coming your way between the Jets and the Canadiens as our Molson Jets hockey telecast continues.
They thought I was running away. But I was just running. Through the night, into the light, all I could see was you. No beginning, no end. Escape. Calvin Klein. At the Bay.
Molson Jets Hockey on CKND is brought to you in part by MTS, Canadian Tire, Winnipeg Jeep Eagle, 1430 Ellis at Arena Road, and by McDonald's. Have you had your break today?
Welcome back. The Winnipeg Jets have a 2-0 lead on the Montreal Canadiens as we go into the 2nd period. Eddie Olczyk opened the scoring at a 2-man advantage with his 13th of the season from Solani and Jamnov. And then Jamnov struck with his 11th from Drake and Shannon. The Jets with the man advantage to begin the 2nd period. 32 seconds left in the penalty to Turner Stevenson. Manson behind his own goal for Winnipeg leads the power play out. Gets it over to Tkachuk. He dumps it in. Thibault puts it to the corner. Tkachuk has it there. Tkachuk back now for Olczyk. Into the corner, Solani. Back to the point, Jamnov. Over to Manson. Manson puts it in Dave Brisbois. Dumped it out to center. Manson will drive it back in. After it quickly is Olczyk. And Stevenson steps out of the penalty box, takes the lead. Has it went off his skate as he was in behind the Jet defense. Quint puts it around now for Olczyk. He dumped it out over center. And back to get it in his own zone for Montreal is Kiprasov. Sends it to center. Manson dumps it back in. 2-0 the Jets lead. 1 minute into the 2nd period. Now with it Recchi. Checked by Jamnov. To Finley. To Drake. Back it goes to Finley. Dumped in. Thibault leaves it there for Quintal. His pass picked off by Drake for Stapleton. He's sandwiched. And it's taken away by the Canadiens. Here's Mark Recchi. Gains the line. Recchi down deep into the corner. Threw it across. And it's taken away by Stapleton. It gives to Drake. Drake is checked by Koivu. And it goes back into the Canadian zone. Toivu for Kiprasov. Gets it to the line. Held in by Shannon. Now Drake trying to dig it out. He can't. Kiprasov checked there by Zhamnov. Zhamnov trying to work in front. Back it goes. It's centered. And the Canadiens take it away. Here's Valerie Bure. In across the line. Back. Here's Kinto. Shot. Rebound. He's got Recchi. Put the rebound into an empty net.
Well, that's exactly what Montreal Canadiens want. They want to get on the goal scoring early in this period. At the end of that period, you can see that Tremblay wasn't happy. Winnipeg Jets just let up a little bit here. You'll pick up. Look at Zhamnov. He's just taking his time getting back here. He's waiting. Watch the rebound. Comes back to the guy, Recchi, that Zhamnov should have picked up. And that's what happens when you get a lead sometime. You get a little bit lazy. Zhamnov should have come back and picked up the empty man, which was Recchi.
So it's 2-1. The goal by Recchi at 1:59 of the second period. Doan puts it into the Montreal zone. Here's Hodeline. Across from Malikov. Malikov is deep. Gives it to Brashear. Sent out to center ice. Kovalenko dumps it in. Terry Simpson must wonder sometimes, Ted, because it happens to his club all the time. They never take the ball and run with it. They always have to fight when they get a lead.
Well, that's what happens when a club's in a slump like they are right now, Winnipeg Jets. When they get a lead, they think maybe we're out of it. Maybe we can stop working a little bit. Montreal's got too much offensive power. A little breakdown here. Goal. Terry Simpson drives him crazy.
Here's Brashear. Dumps it into the corner. It's in behind the Jet net with it as Manson. Sends it back to the point. King trying to work it out. It goes to center ice. With it there, Brashear. Gains the line. Gets it back. Dumped at the net. Brashear behind the to Turgeon. They score! Kovalenko has tied it. Listen to the crowd. You'd wonder where you were.
Well, Mo just joined the team for the Montreal Canadiens. Momentum. Winnipeg Jets are scrambling around. They got two guys. They leave Kovalenko all by himself out front. They come back too late. They're shaking their heads at each other. Now they're going to Cheveldae's, realizing we're leaving Cheveldae all by himself back there. He's making saves. Sooner or later, the good goal scorers are going to score one-on-one. Jets have to get back, calm down a little bit, get the puck in the Montreal end, start playing the body, and settle down a little bit. But as you say, Kurt, the fans are starting to react, and this might get the Winnipeg Jets a little bit skittish right now.
Kovalenko's 2 goals in 40 seconds by the visiting Montreal Canadiens. You know, I recall one game they played here, Ted, and it was a crowd of mixed loyalties like tonight. The Jets took a 3-0 lead. The Canadiens came back, took a 6-3 lead. The Jets came back, scored 3. The final score was 6-6. Everybody went home happy.
This one's not over it. But Mario Tremblay's a feisty, fiery guy. I'm sure he had something to say after that first period. He wants emotion from this team, and they better react to it, or he'll make changes. And so far, it's working in the second period.
Here's Finlay, dumps it into the Canadian zone. Back for it, Brisbois wraps it around on the boards. It's stopped at the point by Malgunas. He puts it into Damphus. Ahead now for Rosinski with Stevenson. Rosinski gets over the line. Penalty coming to the Jets. Rosinski backhand. Cheveldae save. And that brings about a whistle as Vincent Damphus was fouled behind the play.
Well, this could be 5 minutes, Kurt. Damphus went down holding his face there. Eddie Olczyk got his stick up. I don't know if he's cut or not. The referee's at the bench. Damphus was down on the ice quite a while, but as soon as Montreal got control of the puck and started going towards Cheveldae, Damphus got up very quickly. I think Mario said, "Get over here. You're not hurt that bad." You'll see the clear. There's a stick very clear. He catches Damphus in the head as he makes a backhand pass. That's just the loss of control of your stick.
It's a minor penalty for high sticking to Eddie Olczyk. So the Canadiens, who have the momentum, now have the power play. They send out Savage, Turgeon, Kovalenko. Brisbois is back at the point with Recchi. Face-off will be to the left of Tim Cheveldae. Canadiens have outshot the Jets 5-0 through the first 3 minutes of this second period and have been rewarded twice. Turcotte is out to kill the penalty with Eastwood, Finley, and Manson. It goes back to Recchi. Shot wide. Here's Brisebois in for Kovalenko. Tied up by Manson. Tried it for Turgeon. Now Savage drags it in front, and it's cleared away by the Jets. Back forward is Recchi. Mark Recchi leads the power play out to center ice. Dumps it into the Jet zone. Out of the net, Cheveldae. Trying to clear it. Gets it as far as Manson. Manson checked by Turgeon. Puck squirts free. Turgeon missed it. Manson puts it off the glass. Recchi knocks it down. It's picked up now by Savage. Checked by Eastwood. And with it is Brisebois. Ahead now for Kovalenko. Kovalenko works it now to center ice to Recchi. Up to the Jet line for Brisebois by him. Finley can't clear. And Ronan does all the way down. 55 seconds left in the penalty to Eddie Olczyk. 2-2 the score. 3 minutes, 4 minutes it is into the second period. Turgeon dumps it into the Jet zone. Cheveldae doubles it around for Drake against Turgeon. Back to the point. Recchi, Brisebois. Plenty of traffic in front. Recchi to Turgeon. Damphousse in front. Turgeon takes a look. Feeds Recchi. Shot. Rebound. Shannon has some time. Takes it and dumps it the distance. Back is Brisebois. To Recchi. 15 seconds left in the Jet penalty. Recchi against Shannon. It goes to Damphousse. Pokes it into the Jet zone. Back with it, Manson. And he clears it away. That should do it for that penalty to Eddie Olczyk. Here's Damphousse. Both clubs at full strength. Damphousse trying to get by Turcotte. Puts it into Jet territory. Petrov. Quint broke it on Pet, but it was up 2-2 in the second.
Nothing added, nothing taken away.
This holiday season, give him the Gillette Sensor XL with protective microfins. The best you can give, the best a man can get.
Caddyshed is Manitoba's #1 golf discount store.
Caddyshed, #1 best selection, #1 best service, #1 best price. All backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. You just can't do better than Caddyshed.
The Molson Brewery's food fill-up for the Christmas cheerboard is happening tomorrow through Saturday. You can drop off a non-perishable good at the Molson Malt Room, 77 Redwood Avenue, and help those less fortunate this holiday season. The Jet players will be on hand Thursday night at the Malt Room from 6 until 8 o'clock. Here's Quint with it now. Gets it over to Manson. Dumped into the Canadian zone. And now the Canadiens start out. The pass for Brashear went by him as King ran into Kiprasov. Now the puck goes to King. King sends it out over center. Doan chases it. Kiprasov gets there. Can't get it by Doan. Doan dragged it in. It's sent back out. Here's Doan with it. Waiting. Now puts it off Kiprasov. His pass across. He gets it back again. Looks for room up the middle. Dumps it all the way down. 2-2 the score. 5:45 gone in the second period. Puck deep in the Jet zone. Bureau trying to work it out. Checked by Manson. Puck goes free. Doan against Malikov. Doan can't get out. It goes down to Petrov. Petrov fakes it. Then works it in. Cheveldae stayed with him. Back to the point. Jumped in by Odeline. Traffic in the corner. Petrov grabs a loose puck. puts it to Dempo's, penalty to the Jets, over the line, slides it in. And the whistle sounds, so the Canadiens will gain the man advantage again. As Petrov maybe taking a little more.
Well, the Montreal Canadiens right now are just flying. They're picking up passes from the Winnipeg Jets. And here you can see right now, Petrov, bad clearing pass by Shane Doan. Petrov makes a great move here. He hangs on to it, hangs on. But Tim Cheveldae stays on his feet. Very key right there. Stays with Petrov all the way. Goes behind the net. Makes a real good save there. Now Charlie Manson, get a little upset out here now. He knocks the stick out of Brashear's hand. Kind of a cheap penalty, but still is one. Montreal starting to play the body a little bit more. Winnipeg Jets getting a little more frustrated.
So the Canadiens send out the power play, slashing against Manson.
You see a good hit by Brashear against the corner there, but all of a sudden now, it's kind of a weak penalty. Manson's mad because he couldn't clear the puck out of his own zone. He wasn't that mad at the Montreal player. He just knew he made a mistake in his own end.
Here's Recchi, who drops back to the point in the power play. He pumps it in. Finley goes after it for Winnipeg. Slides it ahead. Brisbois knocks it down. Pumps it into the corner again. Thompson back for it. It goes now to Ronan. Ronan trying to clear. He can't. Here's Brisbois. Gets it over now. Koivu, in deep, Dempo's, Koivu, shot, Finley save. Ronan battling Koivu, falls on top of the puck, trying to clear, and Ronan, now Finley to the point, Brisbois holds it in. It goes behind the net, Thompson, beaten to it by Recchi. Back for Dempo's, to Koivu, Koivu one-on-one with Cheveldae, one try, two tries, Cheveldae holds his ground. It's put back, here's Brisbois. Gets it in now for Dempo's. Across for Recchi. Recchi chased by Eastwood. In it now for Koivu. Just over a minute left in the Jet penalty. Koivu puts it to the side. Thompson intercepts, fights off a check, and manages to get it out. Here's Brisbois. Chased by Ronan. Gives to Dempo's. Across it goes. Offside to Captain Turgeon.
Well, you really notice the depth of the Winnipeg Jets. Right there, they had to use young Brent Thompson, Jeff Finley as the penalty killers right there, and that's asking a lot. Charlie Manson's off the ice on a penalty. They leave the two young guys out there. So what's happening is the Montreal Canadiens just hold on to the puck. Watch the move here. Koivu goes to his backhand. But Cheveldae, excellent vision tonight. He's staying with the puck all the way. Koivu's very cute with the puck. A little guy's like a water bug out there, and he's very good in close quarters. But Cheveldae's doing what he's supposed to be doing, keeping the Winnipeg Jets in this game.
Here's Stevenson, 45 seconds left in the Jet penalty. In front, Kovalenko. Kovalenko has it again in front. Turgeon, he scored! Pierre Turgeon just kept hitting the puck. Finally, put it down, put it up over top of Cheveldae.
Well, the pressure's incredible right now, Kurt. And, Pete Peters told us today that sooner or later the goal scorers, if they're left alone, will score goals against anybody. And you're just seeing out there, Winnipeg Jets, there's a rebound, there's a save, then he puts it in the top corner. Cheveldae has been left by himself back there, and he just can't do it by himself. Jets right now are scrambling. Their defensemen are young. They're being pushed around. They're being rushed. They got to settle it down. Get the puck in the Montreal zone and see if they can settle it down.
13th of the year for Turgeon. It's suddenly 3-2 Montreal. The Jets had a 2-0 lead coming into this period, which is only 7 minutes and 40 seconds old. Here's Solani on the fly on the right side. Gains the Canadian line. Puts it down deep. Volchek runs into Brisbois. Here's Manson. His shot. Loose puck. Solani goes after it. Stevenson grabs. Gets it ahead down to Dempo's. He gets over the line. Dempo's with Stevenson in front. His pass went off Manson to the corner. Here's Stevenson with it again. Knocked away from him. Volchek starts away 3-on-2 with Solani and Tkachuk. Here's Solani. Solani looks in for Volchek. He scored! Eddie Volchek.
Kurt, we're going to have a shootout at the OK Corral tonight. tonight. Tremendous patience by Timo Solani. Came down the right side, held on to the puck, held on. He made Breezeball just freeze there. Eddie O puts a stick on the ice, that he always does. Goes across to the left, comes back to the right, and scores a goal. Key goal for the Jets to get him back in the game. These guys can score goals. This could be a 10-10 shootout.
Seconds after the Canadiens had taken their first lead, the Jets have tied it up. That was their first shot of this second period. It's 3-3. Now Gunas deep, gives to Drake. Drake to Zhevnov. Zhevnov to Stapleton. Stapleton shot. Rebound in front. And Kovalenko looks for room and manages to clear it away. Back to get it is Finley. 8:41 into the second period. The score is tied. Malikov, long shot. Steered away by Chevrolet. Stapleton bats it out to center ice, and with it there is Odeline. Long shot. Was offside. With ended place tonight.
Play Safeway Score and Win. When the Jets score on CKND, you could win an IBM Aptiva multimedia computer, a GE Spacemaker 2 microwave oven, Dirt Devil's MVP and Dust Devil from Royal Appliance, or $300 in MasterCard Travelers checks from the Bank of Montreal. You could also win a trip for two to Mazatlan, Mexico, courtesy of Canadian Holidays, Canada's largest vacation company. Safeway's participating products, Yoplait yogurt, and Safeway Select Indulgence cookies. Score and win at Safeway. Today's better way.
Don't drink and drive this holiday season. Call a cab or Operation Red Nose. Volunteer drivers from the Manta Swim Club will meet you and drive you home in your own car, so you and your vehicle arrive home safely. The service begins Friday, December the 8th, so don't drink and drive this holiday season. Call Operation Red Nose at 478-1116 and get you and your vehicle home in one piece. Supported by Manitoba Public Insurance and CKND Sports Line.
Joe Pascucci will be speaking with a good Saskatchewan boy, Lyle Odeline, in the upcoming intermission. We'll also have a Newsline update with Barry Burns, Devil Trivia, and on Score and Win, Harvey Wakelam of Stony Mountain shopped at Safeway, purchased Old Dutch Twin Pack chips, and entered Score and Win. Congratulations, Harv. You've won a Gold Star Touch 2 VCR. 3-3 the score. It's dumped into the Canadian zone. Odeline gives to Malikov. He sends it ahead now to center ice. With it is Turgeon with Brashear. Turgeon trying to beat Malgunas. Goes outside. Stays with it. Malgunas stays with him. It's dumped in deep, and Finley goes back to get it for Winnipeg. Finley chased by Kovalenko. Now Brashear. Handed it right to King, who gives to Malgunas, who leads the Jets to center ice. His pass left side over the stick. Turcotte shot, and it went up and out of play as Brashear and King have words.
And Brashear is a big, big guy.
Well, it definitely is, and Chris King will not back down no matter what the size of the player out there. Chris King is going to take on anybody he can out there. You'll see the Winnipeg Jets had a good chance here, and unfortunately the puck just bounced over Turcotte's stick. He gets a good shot away. You know, Winnipeg Jets have to remember, Thibault is under the gun here. Everybody's watching back in Montreal. How is this young fellow going to react? You know, one shot in this period and they've scored against him. They got to remember, this guy's still a little nervous. Keep shooting against him because the pressure's going to be on this fellow for quite a while. Keep shooting the puck at him.
Faceoff will be in the Canadian zone. The Jets have the line of Olczyk, Tkachuk, and Solani out there. Koivu will step into the circle opposite Eddie O. Olczyk has a 7-game point string and a 5-game goal scoring string. 7 goals in those 5 games. Here's Koivu. Gets it on the right side to Recchi at center ice. Dumps it in deep. Thompson goes after it for Winnipeg. Canadians make a quick change. It goes ahead now to Daryl Shannon. Tried it for Solani. Daryl Shannon has it. So Mario Tremblay obviously trying a little matching at this point of the hockey game. 3.
Well, you can see you're exactly right, Kurt. Mario Tremblay did not like the line match up there, so he's come back with the Damphousse line, and Stevenson to go against Solani. Solani's great speed in that one side. You need somebody that can match him stride for stride. And Solani has a way of getting away from you. Eddie Olczyk, pure goal scorer, just loves it when he's hot.
He's out there now against Damphousse. Olczyk kicks it down into the Canadian zone. Here's Stevenson. That shot hit the linesman. Tkachuk goes back, and Manson has it. The midway mark of the second period, it's all even, 3-3. Here's Darren Quint, leads the Jets out to center ice. Dumps it into the corner. Popovich chased there by Tkachuk. It's sent around, stopped at the point. Quint's pass for Solani, knocked away by Brashear. To center ice, here's Manson to Olczyk. Olczyk has got a couple tonight, dumps it in. Solani runs into Popovich. Puck is along the boards. Tkachuk knocked down by Damphousse. Quint to Tkachuk to Solani. Back for Quint. Picked off. Damphousse. Pass for Stevenson. Stevenson takes it back. Shamnov goes after him. And Stevenson. Not sure how that puck got. Was it Stevenson? Shamnov actually knocked it through.
Zamnoff going to the net like he should. Eddie Olczyk got clipped in the eye there right at the Jet bench. The Jet coaching staff's not too happy. It was either Damphousse or Rudzinski, and it caught him on the right side of the head. Eddie went down, but unfortunately, the referee was just in front of him. I don't think he saw what happened on the play. Here's the mistakes you hate to see. A forward bringing the puck back in your own end. Basically gets a shot on his own net, but the coaching staff inside that blue line 5 feet. Please get the puck out of our end. Don't bring it back if you don't have to.
Face off to the right of the Canadiens' goal, and that last move you saw is not likely to be the play of the game. We'll have the play of the game. The Big Easy play of the game brought to you by Jim Gauthier, home of the Big Pie. Jim Gauthier, Chevel's Geo Cadillac, one of our post-game show tonight. Here's Stapleton, puts it down deep. Here's Quintal, check, Shamnov, Drake, Shamnov, shot, Table, the save, and he covers up.
The play by Dallas Drake, Kurt. They're looking for Zamnoff. Drake and Stapleton are no fools out there. They're saying, give it to the skilled guy there. Drake's very comfortable in the corner, puts the puck out front. Zamnoff, being a left-hand shot, gets a good shot away. Tebow sees it pretty clearly, though, so he's able to make the good save there. But Zamnoff's one of the players right now. He can score a goal very quickly on this. You have to watch him.
He's out between Drake and Stapleton. Back at the point. Malgune shot. And the Canadiens dump it out to center. With it now is Finley. Finley puts it in. Malakoff with it for Montreal. Gets it over the order line. Ahead now, Koivu. Flings outside, no room, dumps it in. Malgune is back. And there's going to be a penalty. So would have been for high stick.
Okay, let's have a look. Oh, you have come a long way in 6 months. Less plaque, tartar.
Colgate.
Ooh, those gums look great.
I told you I needed Colgate.
Did I tell you about Colgate Total?
Yeah. It kind of works with me,
and it works between brushings.
The only toothpaste that goes beyond fighting cavities to provide long-lasting protection against all these problems. Colgate Total, the choice of today's dentists.
Well, actually, I've been using Colgate Total.
What was that?
John Loveland of CKND Newsline is leaving his car at home again today because John knows every time he rides the Santa bus, his fare and donation go directly to helping over 20,000 Winnipeg families celebrate Christmas.
Hey, Santa. Did you get my list?
Watch CKND Newsline daily to find out which route the Santa bus will be on tomorrow.
Please get on board the Santa bus with CKND Newsline, Winnipeg Transit, Q94 FM, and the Winnipeg Sun. Show Winnipeg you care.
We won't be back with you until January, but then we'll be a double dose on Wednesday the 10th. The Jets and the Sabres. On Friday the 12th, the Jets take on the Whalers.
There we see the penalty here, Kurt. Now, you see, Finley doesn't do much here. He just taps the guy on the... Well, I guess they thought he hit him on the face, I guess. Referee was standing right there. Unfortunate call.
3-3, the Canadiens with a man advantage. Puck goes back to Brisebois. He hands it to Turgeon. Turgeon in deep. Savage was behind. Manson intercepted. Here's Recchi. Gets it to Kovalenko. Centers. Eastwood knocks it down. And Eastwood clears it out. Recchi back. Recchi, Turgeon, Brisebois, Savage, Kovalenko. The power play for the Canadiens. Here's Brisebois. Ahead, Kovalenko takes it in flight, looks back. Kovalenko takes his time, gives to Turgeon. Savage is in front. So is Recchi. Turgeon goes down deep, gets it to Recchi. Recchi for Turgeon, back to Savage. Savage back to Recchi. Kovalenko in front now. It goes to Turgeon. 1 minute left in the penalty. Turgeon dumps it at the net. Here's Brisebois. He scores!
We'll see Montreal Canadiens. They flood the right side of the zone there, and a good rebound given up by Chevrolet. Brisebois, he just sneaks in, puts it on the ice. Tim Chevrolet can't really see it as it comes through him, but they had it going on the left side, kind of mesmerized the Winnipeg Jets. One shot, good rebound. Brisebois gets his 6th goal right along the ice. Good shot by the defenseman.
A power play goal by Patrice Brisebois. 4-3. The Canadiens lead the Jets. It was 2-0 Jets after 1. The Canadiens made it 3-2. 40 seconds later, the Jets tied it. And now the Canadiens have regained the 1-goal advantage. Olczyk comes out to face off against Bureau. It goes back to Finley. Finley ahead for Solani. Solani's pass for Tkachuk picked off. It goes down to Bureau. Trying to spin it up. Bureau shot wide. Solani trying to knock it free. Four of them battle for it. It's grabbed now by Petrov. He lost it to Olczyk. To Tkachuk. Tkachuk dumps it in. After it, Dave Popovich. Solani knocked it away from him. Solani out for Olczyk. Rolling puck. Can't get it out. Can't get a good shot away. And now play has been whistled down. At the reason turn.
We want to make it perfectly clear. You'll find guaranteed low prices at your Canadian Tire store every day. If you find a better price anywhere, we'll match it. Guaranteed.
Winnipeg Jets get a scoring chance here. You'll see them throw the puck in the corner, do a good job. When you throw it in the corner, play the body. That's what's happened. Solani plays the man. The puck comes free. Now he sees Eddie O out front. The thing just bounces a little. Puck bounces. Eddie can't get good on wood on it. It bounces down. Tkachuk gets called for high sticking, but Solani's looking for Eddie Olczyk because Eddie's got the hot gun tonight.
So the face-off moves outside the Canadian zone. Both clubs at full strength. 7 minutes, 4 seconds left in the second period. 4-3 Montreal. Kiprasov sends it out to center. Quint dumps it right back in. Thibault leaves it there for Kiprasov. Pass broken up. Now Stapleton. Quint. Back to Manson. Back to Quint. Ahead now for Stapleton. Dumped in deep. Quintal goes after it. Drake with a beat on him. Drake knocked it away from him. Drake back to the point. Quint shot. That's wide. Jamna tried it back to the point. Manson is there. And Quintal intercepts. Dumps it in. Stapleton ahead now for Drake. Check. Stapleton follows up. Bumps it in. And back with it is Quintal. What's left to Recchi. Recchi against Daryl Shannon. Recchi dip in front. Doan. Turcotte. He can fly. Trying to get by Malakoff. He knocked it away. Here's King with it. He dumped it in. Back is over the line for the Canadiens. To Malakoff. To Bure. Valerie Bure moves it up the middle to Recchi. Left side. Koivu. Koivu deep. Koivu behind. Koivu still with it. Daryl Shannon after him. Koivu perseveres. Koivu still with it. Takes it all the way out and gives to on the line. He dumps it in. Back is Thompson. Ahead to Doan. He's got some room. Gets over the line. Fires it wide. Kovalenko. On the line, 5:20 left, second period, 4-3, Montreal. Here's Turgeon with Kovalenko and Savage. Gives to Kovalenko, in behind. Kovalenko falls, and Olczyk takes it away. His pass broken up by Savage. Kovalenko, he's looking in front at Savage, couldn't get it to him. Now Tkachuk to Solani. Deep, tried it for Olczyk. It's in behind. Olczyk knocks his man off the puck. Gives to Solani. Tkachuk scores! There wasn't much room, but he found where it was.
Eddie Olczyk played the body behind the net again to free up the puck. Play the body, frees up the puck. Frees it up to Solani, who's having a gifted night of passing the puck. Eddie O right back to Solani. Solani sneaks up the right side. Tkachuk puts his stick on the ice. One-timer, great goal. Eddie Olczyk playing the body. Outstanding.
They used to call him Eddie No-Check, but tonight he's played the man 3 or 4 times, and each time created a turnover.
Keep shooting that young Thibault. The pressure's on this young fellow. This game is not over.
4-4 with just under 5 minutes left in the second period. Jumped in and on back to get it is Quint. Ahead for Stapleton. Put outside the zone. Kimbrasov looks for room. Gains the line. Lets it go. Chevalier knocked into the corner. Petrov behind the net. Now there's a cluster. It's picked up by Rasinski. Here's Rasinski. Trying to work in front. Rasinski looks in front. Here's Petrov. He can't get a shot away. Petrov down deep. Rasinski tied up. It's in around Drake. But Stapleton one-on-one. Stapleton against Kimbrasov. Does a spinorama. Backhand knocked away. Here's Drake. Tried it in for Stapleton. Stapleton in front for Shamnov. Shamnov, Stapleton. Down deep for Drake. Stapleton kicks it in front and is enough.
With Indiglo Nightlight, now in a wide range of women's styles.
Holiday dreams do come true when the Royal Winnipeg Ballet and the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra bring joyful stories to life. This holiday season, visit an enchanted forest in the romantic comedy of errors, The Dream, based on Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream. You and your family will delight in the humor and visual splendor of this performance. 3 other wonderful dances are also on the program. For tickets, call the RWB box office or Ticketmaster and watch your dreams come true.
Well, Keith Tkachuk can probably expect a Christmas card from Deb Fournier. He made her a winner in our Safeway Score and Win contest. She's from Winnipeg. She entered Score and Win at Safeway. Attached the label from Kraft Dinner. Congratulations, Deb. You've won a set of quality appliances from T-Paul. 4-4 with just under 4 minutes left in the second. Olczyk, Tkachuk, and Solani, the line for Winnipeg. Solani is back at the point. Daryl Shannon moves up with a face-off. And it goes back to Solani. He lets it go. And it's off a body and out of play.
That's a nice little play the Winnipeg Jets have set up. They keep on switching Solani back to the point. Eddie Olczyk has got the gift of winning the draw tonight. Good play back to Solani. And young Thibault's got to be wondering what is going on here. The shots are coming from all over the place right now. That's a good play for Winnipeg Jets. Simo Solani drops back to the point, win the face-off, shoot the puck at the net.
They'll try it again. Solani lined up at the point. Olczyk will take the face-off. Well, he won't now because he's chased away. So is Solani. Out comes the line of Turcotte, King, and Doan.
Well, do you see any resemblance with Mario Tremblay and Scotty Bowman on the line changes? I think Mario's trying to play like Scotty did. I'll get my matchup throughout this game. I'll keep on trying, keep on trying.
Turcotte against Danfos. Danfos pulls it back. Popovich takes it behind. Doan stays with him. And up Brisebois. Cuts in front. Gives it to Rosinski. He's stopped by Darryl Shannon. Shannon looking for help. Has to let it go. Doan after the rebound. Rosinski. Jumped it outside. Brent Thompson goes after it. So does Turner Stevenson. Thompson over skates. And Shannon comes up with it. Shannon puts it off the glass. That goes all the way down the ice. Back is Odeline. Odeline will be with Joe Pascucci in a second intermission. Puts it to the blue line. King dumps it back in. And Odeline will try it again. Gets it around on the boards. Finley at center. Puts it back in. And now Recchi, center ice. Oh, he saw King coming. Got by him. Recchi gains the line. To Koivu. To Recchi. Kicked away by Chevrolet. Here's King to Solani. Solani trying to beat Odeline. Here's Solani. He shot. He hit the post. Great move by Timo Solani. Flying down that left side. Neil Malgunas pumps it in. Back forward is Odeline. Odeline chased by Solani. It goes to Malakoff. He's hit by Olczyk. It goes to Finley. In behind the net. Olczyk to Kachuk. Kachuk trying to wrap it around. Kachuk just missed. Olczyk behind. Gets it again. Gives it to Solani who missed it. Now Recchi and Finley. Finley cuts it off. And it goes out of play. Great.
Well, two Tamurites putting on quite a show here tonight. Mark Recchi with his fine speed, and then Timo Solani. Recchi, we'll see, comes down at the other end against Chevrolet. Being a left-hand shot. He comes in, gets a good pass through to him. And what happens? Chevrolet keeps his eye on the puck. Now come down. Watch the speed of Solani. Lyle Odeline knows as a veteran. Once a forward's even with you, he's by you. Solani puts his arm up. Unfortunately, hits a crossbar. Timo needed one of those. Outstanding play, and the Winnipeg fans really appreciate that kind of hockey.
Stapleton wins the draw right in. Now Shamnov goes after it in the corner. Shamnov's pass. It goes in front, and the Canadiens got away. Here's Rosinski at center. Gets up to the jet line. It goes back to Kiprusoff. Chevrolet. They score! Lowe's puck pounced on, and Vincent Danfos doesn't miss a chance like that. 5-4 Montreal.
Well, it'll be interesting to see the replay on this, Kurt, because I think there's an offside here. The Winnipeg Jets are complaining a little bit about this there. They come in there again. It looked like an offside. Good rebound, but Danfos gets his stick on the ice and puts it in the open net.
That is borderline.
Here's a slow-mo of the play. You can see, I think it's a far right winger. They see if they can pick that up. He looked like he was offside.
Play resumes. 1:45 left in the period. Here's Rosinski's shot. Rebound. Manson knocks it away. Now the Jet Shamnov works his way to center ice. Gets to the line. Takes a dive. Puck goes back to center. Quint knocks it in. Stevenson with it. He pumps it out. And back with it is Manson. 1:23 left in the period. It goes to Quint. Quint circles deep with it. Tried it on the left side. Went by Drake. It goes all the way down. Back is Quintal. Icing Winnipeg with 1:12 left in period.
Well, big Stefan Quintal played here last year in Winnipeg. He's a big man out in that defense for the Montreal Canadiens and doing a good job tonight. Zamnoff went to the referee to complain about the penalty. Just left the referee now. Thought he was pulled down, but the referee's letting it go. He's got a pretty good tempo going in the game, and I'd rather see the game keep flowing the way it is. This could be, like I said, Kurt, this one's not over. 5-4. I think there's a lot more goals to come.
Face-off will be to the left of Tim Chevrolet. The Sharks are 26-22 Montreal. The score 5-4 Montreal. Olczyk and Turgeon. Face-off, it goes to Malgunas. And he starts out of his home zone. Gets out to center ice. Dumps it in. Thibault leaves it behind the net for Popovich. It goes to Solani, to Finley. Kachuk! Olczyk couldn't get the handle on it. Solani, shot. Here's Olczyk, trying to wrap it around. Olczyk shot! Thibault didn't know where it was, but blocked it anyway. Finley and Savage. Savage dumps it in. 43 seconds left. Malgunas, second period to Kachuk. Kachuk swings by, gets it to Solani. Solani having his best game in a while. Gets to the line. He's checked. Turgeon comes back with it. Gets to the line. Had it knocked away. Dumps it in Dave Clint. Hit from behind. It goes to Olczyk. Behind to Manson. It's in front. Manson comes up with it and just clears it away. That'll go all the way down, and it's icing Winnipeg with 12 seconds left in the second period.
The line of Solani, Olczyk, and Kachuk are just flying tonight. Everything they touch seems to go towards the net. Solani makes an excellent pass back to the point. Kachuk throws the puck in front. Eddie O can't get the rebound. Solani throws it back in front. Eddie just has the puck go off the end of the stick, and then Thibault makes an excellent save. Van Courtois, the Roadrunner, saying, what is going on out here? He was one of those fellows like Timo Solani. He could just fly. He would just kill you with the beautiful goals, and I'm sure he appreciates the skills of a Timo Solani tonight.
10 Stanley Cup rings, Van Courtois. Mario Tremblay's got 5.
Yeah. Well, that's what's so sad, Kurt. The 3 guys behind the bench, I think they got about 25 rings among them. I played 13 years, and I never even got fitted once.
So 12 seconds left in the period. Finley goes behind. Gets it a hit for Eastwood. Knocked it to center. Quintal knocked it back. Eastwood sends it ahead. And this should do it for, well, yeah, it does. The pick off. 20 election.
Pretty exciting period right now. Thibault, you know, the young fellow out there, he's got 4 goals against him. Jets had 24 shots. He's not that steady yet. I know Montreal would love to win a game for him, but this one's not over.
Lyle Ordeline will be joining Joe Pascoot. Intermission. And when we back the score, 2 periods of exciting in the Montreal. It's 5. The Winnipeg Jets 4.
Christmas greeting is being brought to you by Zellers, the same people who bring you these very special Christmas savings. This week, save $20 on a 19-inch Sansui TV, just $259.97, and save 30% on our entire selection of ladies' loungewear and sleepwear. Merry Christmas and lower prices from Zellers, where the lowest price is the law every day.
Play Safeway Score and Win. When the Jets score on CKND, you could win a set of quality appliances from Tefal, a 20-piece set of Mikasa fine china in the Currents pattern, a Gold Star Start Touch 2 VCR, or a Texas Instruments personal organizer. You could also win a trip for 2 to Mazatlan, Mexico, courtesy of Canadian Holidays, Canada's largest vacation company. Safeway's participating products, Heinz Ketchup, and Orville Redenbacher microwave popping corn. Score and win at Safeway, today's better way.
Are you tired of bacon that's just dripping in fat? Now you can have great bacon every time with SuperTech's amazing new Bacon Master, the extraordinary way to the tastiest bacon you've ever had. Say goodbye to splatter burns with Bacon Master. Simply place bacon strips in the special slots. Use a skewer to hold them firm, cover with a unique ventilated dome, and pop it in almost any microwave. The special splatter-resistant cover helps keep your microwave clean. It's fast, easy, and affordable. Best of all, it's ideal for low-fat diets. Undesirable fat and grease drain away into the drip tray underneath. You get less cholesterol, fewer calories, just plenty of juicy, great-tasting bacon without curling or breaking. Made of high-impact plastic, Bacon Master is dishwasher safe for fast, easy cleanup. So for a hearty breakfast, a lean and healthy lunch, or a delicious topping for dinner side dishes, get the amazing Bacon Master from SuperTech, the fast, easy way to perfect bacon every time.
Bacon Master is available at Zellers, Kmart, Byway, Home Hardware, Co-op, and PV Mart.
A wild second period between the Canadiens and the Jets. The Canadiens with 5 goals, the Jets with 2. 5-4 is your score. Let's go back to 1993. Seems so long ago. The Montreal Canadiens celebrating another Stanley Cup. Lyle Odeline, that was only just 2 years ago, but so many things have changed since then. Only 4 players remaining on this team from that Stanley Cup team.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. You know, we won the Cup in '93. We weren't even supposed to be there, and you know, like you say, now we got 4 guys left, and lost a really good friend the other day, Mike Keane. I played all my junior career with him and professionally, and it was pretty tough take seeing him go.
Yeah, you gotta like those prairie boys like yourself.
Good Western kid from Winnipeg here. So I saw his brother this morning, and we talked for a while. So it was nice.
All right. What about all the changes in Montreal? Has it been disruptive so far this season? All these changes with the coach, the GM, and then Patrick Waugh.
Well, I think, you know, missing the playoffs the first time in 24 years last year, just and this year starting 0-5. You know, it wasn't Jacques Demers' fault. It wasn't Serge Savard. There was 25 guys in the room that you know, weren't paying the price at that time, and unfortunately, Jacques and Serge and a bunch of other people had to go. And like I said, it wasn't their fault. And Mario's come in; he's did a great job, and guys are working hard. We basically have the same team, and switch a few things around, and hopefully we can get out of here with 2 points.
You're having a lot of fun out there. I don't know if you had too much fun when Tamo went around you with all that speed, but you're always smiling out there. Seems like you're having fun.
Oh, I don't know about that. I always have fun, but I think it's just the way I breathe on the ice. People think I'm smiling, but I'm really not. But I enjoy the game. It's fun. It's you know, the world's fastest game, and where would you rather be?
Yeah, you seem like you're having something with Chris King tonight there.
Yeah, a little bit. We had a kind of a little run-in in the first, and got that out of the way. And you know, he's a real competitor. He comes to play every night, and you know, maybe in the third we'll mix it up again. Who knows? I mean, that's part of his job and mine. So if it comes around, so be it.
All right, hockey player in the winter, farmer in the summer.
Yeah, I go back to the Saskatchewan, the farm with Mom and Dad and her brother Selmer there and Lee, and just working the farm. We have about 3,200 acres, so keeps us busy in the summer. We work hard and have a lot of fun.
All right. Lyle Odeline from Quill Lake, Saskatchewan, another good prairie boy playing in the National Hockey League. Our thanks to Lyle Odeline. Coming up after CKND Newsline, we'll have some Dirt Devil NHL trivia. 5-4, the Montreal Canadiens leading the Winnipeg Jets in a wild one at the arena.
Dead batteries, flat tires, stuck cars. They're facts of life. Fact is, 140,000 Manitobans depend on their CAA membership every year. For over 90 years, we've been providing the finest emergency road service.
Right on time, fast, and we were happy to see them.
Face facts. You may need our help today.
For everywhere you go today, go with CAA.
Discover a world of fragrances at the Bay.
At the Bay, your Christmas advantage is Drakkar Noir, the dynamic masculine fragrance by Guy Laroche Paris. And now, exclusively at the Bay and perfect for gift giving, the Drakkar Noir travel bag with eau de toilette, aftershave balm and soap, only $45. And as a special offer from the Bay, with any fragrance or cosmetic purchase, this set of 3 brass planters is just $12.95.
Come celebrate Christmas at the Bay today.
Introducing the amazing Chef's Little Secrets from SuperTech. To whip up a batch of tasty treats, simply use the bottom of one of the 3 special molds to cut out a circle of dough. Put the dough in the mold, add your favorite filling, then close firmly, and there you have it. Perfect turnovers ready for the oven. Create delicious stuffed pasta hors d'oeuvres, tasty meat ravioli, or delicate fruit pastries, because you've got the secret. The amazing Chef's Little Secrets in 3 convenient sizes from SuperTech.
Available at Canadian Tire, Zellers, Kmart, Superstore, Safeway, Byway, and other fine stores.
They thought I was running away, but I was just running. All I could see was you. Escape. Calvin Klein. At the Bay.
Tonight on Newsline, following the hockey game, anticipating a busy holiday season healthcare-wise, Minister Jim McCrae has announced the reopening of 4 of 5 community hospital emergency rooms round the clock. Emergency service at the Misericordia will still be restricted to 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. There is a tentative agreement tonight to settle the Puckatawagan Band housing dispute. Natives from there have been occupying downtown Indian Affairs offices. The Manitoba Public Insurance Corporation is reporting major losses tonight. Finance Minister Eric Stephenson, along with his provincial counterparts, is meeting tonight with Paul Martin, talking about billions of dollars in federal funding for social programs.
And the Canadian Jewish Congress has accepted the apology of Quebec Judge Jean Bienvenu for allegedly vicious racist comments from the bench. These stories and much more tonight after the game on Newsline.
Play Safeway Score and Win. When the Jets score on CKND, you could win an IBM Aptiva multimedia computer, a GE Spacemaker 2 microwave oven, Dirt Devil's MVP and Dust Devil from Royal Appliance, or $300 in MasterCard Travelers checks from the Bank of Montreal. You could also win a trip or two to Mazatlan, Mexico, courtesy of Canadian Holidays, Canada's largest vacation company. Safeway's participating products, Kraft Singles, and Old Dutch Twin Pack potato chips. Score and win at Safeway, today's better way.
This holiday season, please don't drink and drive. Call a cab or call Operation Red Nose. Volunteer drivers from the Manta Swim Club will meet you and drive you home in your own car, ensuring that you and your vehicle make it home safely. This service is free, but donations are accepted to help Manta swimmers prepare for the 1999 Pan Am Games. So don't drink and drive. Call Operation Red Nose at 478-1116 and get home alive.
Supported by MPI and CKND Sportsline.
Dirt Devil presents Red Hot Trivia. Brought to you by Dirt Devil, makers of the MVP vacuum. Nothing escapes the power of a Dirt Devil. Who are the only 3 players to score 50 goals in a season for the Maple Leafs? We'll have the answer right after this.
Take a tip from Santa and give the Dirt Devil hand vac. Help someone you love clean up this Christmas.
Who are the only 3 players to score 50 goals in a season for the Maple Leafs? Need a hint? All 3 players played wing for the Leafs. The first player to score 50 goals in a season as a Maple Leaf actually had 3 consecutive 50-goal seasons for Toronto. Rick 5 is 4th on the Leafs' all-time scoring list with 299 goals. And in 1981-82, he collected his first 50-goal season.
Terlego working from the point. What is he going to do with it? He's weaving his way in. On the back.
The only other player to score 50 goals in more than one season with the Leafs is Dave Andreychuk. The Leafs acquired Andreychuk on February 2nd, 1993 from Buffalo, and he scored 25 goals in 31 games to top the 50-goal mark. The only other player to score 50 goals as a Leaf played 545 games from 1983 to 1992. In 1989-90, everything clicked for Gary Lehman. And on March 28, 1990, Lehman scored his 50th goal of the season. Rick 5, Dave Andreychuk, and Gary Lehman, the only Leafs to score 50 goals in a season. Another Red Hot Trivia. Brought to you by Dirt Devil, makers of the MVP vacuum. Nothing escapes the power of a Dirt Devil.
Promotional consideration provided by Optex Binoculars. Superior quality, deluxe features, excellent value, all backed by an industry-leading no-fault warranty. See your retailer today.
On a frigid night in Winnipeg, there's no colder spot in town than Portage and Maine. Time to get you caught up on what is happening around the NHL, courtesy of MTS. Florida Panthers, the Rat Pack, have won again. They defeated the New York Islanders by a score of 3-1. Detroit having their way with the St. Louis Blues. Bob Airy with a shorthanded goal. Kozlov with 2 is 12th and 13th. It's 4-0 in the second period. Just about to get underway, the Ottawa Senators and the San Jose Sharks. And our score, the Canadiens leading the Jets by 1 with the third period coming up. You're up to date, courtesy of MTS. And let's find out, let's get their thoughts on a wild second period. Let's go upstairs to Curtain 10.
Well, thanks, Joe. You know, it has not only a wild second period, really it's a wild hockey game. It's fun to be here tonight.
Well, sure it is. 18 shots in the second period for the Montreal Canadiens. Drives the coaches crazy. Mario Tremblay and Terry Simpson. We say, what's going on out there? But I love it up here. I mean, 5-4, it's exciting hockey.
When was the last time you saw a game in which Eddie Olczyk has probably thrown more bodies than anybody else?
Eddie, a goal scorer like Eddie, once he gets on a roll, he'll do anything to get the puck back. He's played the body very well. Solani could chook, and Eddie O have had 13 shots so far this game. They've been playing outstanding hockey.
Any idea, judging by what we've seen so far, what we'll see in the third?
Well, I think this Jocelyn Thibault, they got to keep on shooting at him. He doesn't want to be in this type of game. He wants a comfortable game. He knows the pressure is on him. But Montreal Canadiens came out very fast in the beginning of the second period, and Winnipeg Jets have to do the same thing back to Montreal in the third.
So it's 5-4. The Canadiens lead through two. We'll be back with the opening face-off of the third period in just a moment here on CKND Winnipeg TV.
Golf Tour coupon books have been a favorite Christmas gift for years. This year, Golf Tour 96 comes with something special. Winnipeg's Book of Gold. With Book of Gold, you get 16 of the same golf courses offering 25 free rounds of golf. Plus, get 2-for-1 coupons at 90 restaurants, Jets games, skiing, IMAX, Discovery Zone, and many more. This year, give them more than Golf Tour. Give them Book of Gold. Pick up your Book of Gold at Shoppers Drug Mart, Select a Seat, Caddy Shed, Nevada Bob's, Dale Estepenko, the Bomber Gift Shop, and all Play It Again sports stores.
Molson Jets Hockey on CKND is brought to you in part by Primer Express, Park Pontiac Buick GMC, and by Athletes Wear.
Plenty of action here tonight. A total of 50 shots on goal through two periods, and it's 5-4. The Canadiens lead the Jets. It was all Jets in a scoring vein in the first period. Eddie Olczyk extended his goal-scoring string to 5 games with his 13th. Then Alexei Zhamnov did his magic for his 11th of the year, a period in which the Jets outshot the Canadiens 12-8. The Canadiens struck back quickly, very quickly in a second. 2 goals in 42nd to tie it up. Recchi with his 8th and Kovalenko with his 12th. But the Canadiens then took a 3-2 lead. Turgeon with his 13th. Then Olczyk came back to even it up with his 14th. Timo Solani drawing the assist on the play. The Canadiens again took a 1-goal lead. They have never led by more than one. Brisebois on the power play with his 6th. And then Keith Tkachuk answered that with his 14th of the season. And the final goal of the period, Vincent Damphus, his 13th from Kiprusoff and Stevenson. The shots in the second, 16-12 Montreal. The shots through to 26-24 Montreal. Goaltenders could be a little shell-shocked tonight. You know, when they get rebounds, they kick out the puck, the rebounds, it's generally going to the other team, Ted.
Canadian Tire has great prices on everything you need. Plus, earn Canadian Tire money with every cash purchase of merchandise. Great prices made better at Canadian Tire.
So the third period gets underway. Bureau and Olczyk to get things started. Olczyk with Tkachuk and Solani. Bureau with Brashear and Petrov. Canadians trying to make a quick change. Puck goes rink wide. Here's Olczyk. Dumps it in. Solani after it deep. Solani takes it behind the goal. Goes to the other side. Solani still works with it. Now gets it to Tkachuk. Tkachuk looks for some room. There's none. Manson puts it into Solani. Solani's pass across to Quint. Quint's weak shot knocked away. Rosinski comes up with it. Into the middle of Damphus at center ice. Damphus gains the line, drop to Stevenson. Stevenson's pass blocked by Solani. Now Stevenson hands it to Solani. Solani inadvertently gives it right back. Here's his shot! And the save by Chevrolet as it was set up right in front. Now Popovich
Comes back for Montreal, and it's offside.
Well, same as we saw in the second period there, Kurt. Montreal comes out with a glorious scoring opportunity here. Winnipeg Jets right in front of the net here. You'll see young Brzezinski gets a chance. And what happens, the puck just kind of bobbles on him. He loses control, flips it, hits the goalpost. Glorious opportunity. Stevenson, a big, strong boy. He just stays on his feet. Quint pulls him down, but Winnipeg Jets had nobody out front checking Brzezinski, and they were very fortunate that it hit the goalpost.
Koivu and Shamnov face off at the jet line. It goes back to Stefan Quintal, who drives it in. Going to get it is Finlay. 5-4 Montreal early in the third. Drake moves up the wing, looks for room in the middle, gains the line, goes outside, looks for Shamnov. Shamnov is checked by Quintal. Gets it out to center ice. Stapleton knocked it free to Finlay. Stapleton, who's put on a good performance, and this is return from a long absence, gives to Shamnov. He gains the Shamnov shot, and Quintal grabs the rebound. Puts it out, stopped there by Shannon. It goes to Drake. Drake tried to feed it through Quintal. He wasn't fooled and cleared it. Stapleton back, gives to Thompson. Shannon dumped it in. Popovich chased by King. Around for Kovalenko. Leaves for Turgeon. Works his way through the middle, gets the pass to Brashear. In over the jet line. Brashear into Turgeon. He centers. Turgeon after it again. In the corner. Turgeon to Savage. Savage is checked. Kovalenko. Lost it to Shannon. Shannon puts it back into the group. Four of them battle for it. Turgeon trying to kick it free. It goes back. Brashear can't hold it in. Doan knocked it free to King. King dumps it in. Back for it. Popovich chased by Doan. It's sent to center. Manson missed it. Quint follows up. Quint to Doan. Dumped in. Back to get it on the line with Olczyk. Orleline got his stick up high on Olczyk, and there's going to be a penalty. Doesn't appear to be any blood.
Well, here we have Eddie Olczyk going to the corner again against a big, strong defenseman, Lyle Oline. Oline's going to see a player coming at him. He's going to get his stick and elbow up right away to defend himself. That's just the nature of his game. And Eddie Ole gets a stick in the head a little bit. He knew that the referee was told last time in the second period, you missed one there. I got hit in the head before, and the referee didn't let this one slip by. Eddie knows he's the guy that gets to stay out there in the power play, too, so he's a very happy camper right now.
As happy as you can be after you get hit in the head with a stick.
We never know if Eddie's in all that pain or not.
I think he did enhance it a little bit. In fact, he's still making sure that it's noticed.
Kurt, you brought up Mike Stapleton, and you're so correct. He is playing so well tonight. First game back since November 2nd. He's had his jaw wired, has anything to eat. I think you were saying they had some spaghetti last night for the first time. Playing an outstanding game, taking a full shift with Alexei Zamnov. Very effective getting the puck to Zamnov, and very strong in his defensive zone. Excellent game for his first game back.
Well, there are two minor penalties on the scoreboard clock against the Canadiens. And it's not a double minor, it is separate. So the Jets, judging by the clock, should have a two-man advantage.
2 minutes for high sticking and a bench minor for too many men on the ice at 2:48.
Now you heard it. Not only Odeline, but a too many men penalty. Mario is not impressed. Jets opened the scoring in this game when they had a two-man advantage. At 5:40 of the opening period, Olczyk's first of a couple. And yes, he's out there now with Tkachuk, Solani, Shamnov, and Manson. Olczyk and Solani have really put on a show tonight.
Well, being down one goal right now, you'll see their skills come to the front again right now. They know they're the squad out there. They can get this goal back. 5-on-3. They'll move the puck around very well. You'll see Zamnov be the quarterback back there. They'll look for Solani, and Eddie Olczyk will be the guy. They'll try to disappear in this power play so nobody can see him, and he'll have his stick somewhere around the goal mouth, and and that's what they'll be looking for, to get the puck on the stick to Eddie Ole, because he's got the hot stick tonight. One more gives him the hat trick.
5-4, Montreal leads. 2:48 into the third. The Jets with a two-man advantage for a full 2 minutes. Puck goes into the corner. Brashear knocks it away, and back to get it is Manson. Jets with all kinds of time. Manson dumps it in. Brashear after it. It's sent to the blue line. Shamnov holds it in. Here's Manson. Manson takes it deep. Manson to Solani. Back to Shamnov. Back to Solani. Tkachuk is in front. Olczyk alongside. Shamnov shot. And the rebound is cleared away. Chevrolet to Manson. Tkachuk. Tkachuk steered it right back onto the stick of Brisebois. And he dumped it the distance. 1:15 left in a two-man advantage. Jets have had one shot from well out by Shamnov. Shamnov has the puck. Gains the line. Shamnov back to Solani. Solani over. Manson shot. He drilled it, but it was away wide. Shamnov. Manson. Manson with room to Olczyk. Back to Manson. Manson. Solani. Hit front, and Olczyk couldn't find that one. Manson headed back by him. And with it now is Tkachuk. Here's Tkachuk, gains the zone. Tkachuk, 40 seconds left in the two-man advantage. Popovich doing a number. Popovich killing some time. 3 Jets around him. Good defensive work by Popovich. 33 seconds in the two-man advantage.
Well, the Jets just haven't been able to get set up, Kurt. They're rushing the puck a little bit. Give Montreal some credit there. They've been able to keep it outside the blue line. And Solani had one good chance, and he threw it across to Olczyk, but it was just a little too hard to pass. It just didn't have the smoothness as they did earlier now. Tkachuk hangs on to the puck. He's going to go wide. You'll see it always comes back, basically. They try to get to Solani. And you see the Montreal defense will hang on to it, uses his size, hangs on. 2 Winnipeg Jets just cannot take the puck away from him.
Saw the Jets. Same personnel. Olczyk, Tkachuk, Solani, Shamnov, Manson. Face off to the right of Jocelyn Thibault. 33 seconds in a two-man advantage. Shamnov, Manson, save Thibault. Shamnov had it go between his feet. Chased by Bureau. Bureau content to kill some time. And he clears it away. Canadiens doing a number on the Jets. Here's Olczyk. Comes up the middle to center ice. He dumps it in. Tkachuk goes after it. Back from Manson. Manson into the corner now. Solani. The two-man advantage is over. Here's Shamnov. Solani. Both players are up. Shamnov. Solani. Into the corner. Behind Olczyk. Olczyk wrap around. Thibault covers up. The Jets look more effective when the two players return.
Today's world of beers, Molson Special Dries in a world all its own.
Introducing the amazing Chef's Little Secrets from SuperTech. To whip up a batch of tasty treats, simply use the bottom of one of the 3 special molds to cut out a circle of dough. Put the dough in the mold, add your favorite filling, then close firmly, and there you have it. Perfect turnovers ready for the oven. Create delicious stuffed pasta hors d'oeuvres, tasty meat ravioli, or delicate fruit pastries because you've got the secret. The amazing Chef's Little Secrets in 3 convenient sizes from SuperTech.
Available at Canadian Tire, Zellers, Kmart, Superstore, Safeway, Byway, and other fine stores.
Another reminder, the Molson Brewery's food fill-up for the Christmas cheerboard is tomorrow through Saturday. Take a non-perishable good to the Molson Malt Room, 77 Redwood Avenue, and help those in need this holiday season. Jet players will be there Thursday from 6 to 8. But a huge penalty kill by the Montreal Canadiens, fighting off a 2-man disadvantage for 2 minutes.
Wow. Montreal Canadiens, Burrow just did a great job of being the one man out there in the triangle 3. Excellent skating skills. He held on to the puck, and he was very effective killing off that power play.
Here's Finley, shot deflected wide by King. And it's covered up on at the side of the net. 5-4, the Canadiens lead.
A lot of good scoring opportunities tonight from the faceoff. Great, you'll see Turcotte wins the draw very clean. Chris King deflects the puck, and Thibault's down to get the rebound. It's taking some time. It will take some time for the Montreal defenseman to get used to Thibault. He does give up a lot of rebounds, and it's going to take a little while to get used to his style of play.
Here's Bureau. Takes it into the corner. Slaps it around. Petrov chased by Malgunas. King goes after the puck. King in a crowd. Kicks it into the corner. Turcotte. Got it for Doan. Cut off. It goes to the corner. Finley with it there. Finley shot. Thibault saved. Doan after it. Now it's sent up and out of play.
Again, we saw the effectiveness of Chris King. You know, the Montreal players are looking at him from all the time on the ice. You'll see number 35 for Montreal right now, Donald Brashear, trying to agitate King. King does not back down from anybody. He hits the big guys, hits the little guys, and Montreal wanted to stand up for their teammates. Chris King's the guy they're after. Young Shane Doan just doesn't have it going, does he, Kurt? I mean, he's just a young guy. He just doesn't have the confidence right now. He's not playing the body as well as he can, and too bad he couldn't go on that national junior team to get some confidence back.
Stapleton comes out now with Drake and Shamnov for the face-off. Stapleton against Turgeon is out with Savage and Kovalenko. Out in front, Shamnov had it poked away from him by Thibault as Stapleton sent Shamnov up right off the face-off. Now Shamnov gets it from Turgeon, gives it to Drake. Drake gains the line. His pass stopped by Kovalenko. 5-4, the Canadiens lead. 5:45 gone in the third. Drake takes it from Kovalenko, hands it to Stapleton. He hammers it, and Thibault covers it.
Well, Stapleton winning the draw again, setting up Zamnoff in front of the net. Now you'll see Drake steals the puck here, picks the pocket of the Montreal player, goes right around the other player now. A good stick hand, gives it to Stapleton, and Stapleton gives a good shot here. Stapleton changing the face-off just a little bit. Instead of drawing it back to the defenseman, went straight ahead, fooled Montreal, got it across to Zamnoff, but he was too close to the goaltender, Thibault, and he couldn't get his stick on the puck.
Stapleton saying a week today he can have a steak. He's pretty excited about that.
Well, the way he's playing tonight, maybe we better stick with the spaghetti.
Face off to the left of Thibault. Olczyk is out against Turgeon. Turgeon wins the draw. Taken in behind the net by Kiprasov to Kovalenko. The former Avalanche dumps it all the way down and back to get it. Daryl Shannon. Ahead for Thompson. To Tkachuk. Dumped in. Popovich chased by Solani. Around for Rasinski. Rasinski checked by Olczyk. Shannon dumps it in. Here's Solani trying to work it in front. It goes free and Damphousse. On the left side. Here's Rasinski with a head of steam. Rasinski moves it. Takes it behind. He puts it in front. And it was knocked by Shannon away from Damphousse. Here's Tkachuk. His pass broken up. Brisebois. Ahead for Stevenson. Can't get by Thompson. Stevenson to Damphousse. Damphousse in front. They score! Redirected in front by Rasinski. And for the first time, the Canadiens have a 2-goal lead.
Well, you've got to give the coach, the Montreal Canadiens, Merrill Tremblay, some credit here. He changed the line. He put Damphousse out against Solani, Tkachuk, and Olczyk as a checking line. And he comes out, he gets the goal. A big goal for the Montreal Canadiens right here. But they were out there to check, and they score a key goal here right now. Good backhand pass. We don't see that too often. Brzezinski's going to be a happy young man scoring in Montreal for the first time. But a backhand pass from the far boards, right on the stick. Happy young fellows out there right now.
6-4, the Canadiens lead with 6:50 left. 6:50 gone, pardon me, in the third period. Here's Odeline to center ice to Valerie Bure. His pass to Recchi. Dumped in. Chevrolet leaves there for Manson. To the corner for Doan. Koivu trying to center. It goes to Quint. Ahead now for King. To center ice. Doan. Doan with Turcotte. Turcotte takes it. Lets it go wide. Doan. Into Turcotte against Odeline. King works for it. It goes to the corner. Friesbaum sends it high all the way down. That'll be icing, assuming Quinn gets there first. He did. 6-4, the Canadiens lead. 12:25 left in the third.
I don't know. This seems very unorthodox. Look, he's looking forward to a good breakfast.
At this special time of year, we wish you and your family the very best.
This holiday season, take your family for a walk in a winter wonderland. A spectacle of light. It's Lights of the Wild, a special event at the Assiniboine Park Zoo, December 16th through January 7th. Sponsored in part by CKND, Winnipeg TV.
What would you do if you won $6.49?
I don't think it would change me. I really don't. Well, it might change me a little.
Jason Arnott and the Edmonton Oilers will be in Winnipeg on Friday night. Plenty of tickets available for that one. Call 780 seats or long distance, the 800 number. Tempo Newman maybe back in the lineup for the Jets that night. So Zhamnov steps into the circle against Bureau. Zhamnov right off the draw puts it in, and it's covered up on. Jets won their season opener against Dallas and have not been below 500 since. Well, they're at 500 now, and they're down by 2 in the third.
See if Zhamnov comes back to Manson on this draw there. You give him a little wink there. That draw there, he went straight ahead. See if he does try to pull it back this time.
He tried, but Bureau prevented it. Got it to Quintal. And there's a penalty coming up as Doan was tossed to the ice. And headed to the penalty box is Marco Kiprasov, I believe. So the Jets with another opportunity on the power play. Kiprasov tossed Doan to the ice behind the play. And that's why he's seated where he is. Jets in at Olczyk. Tkachuk, Solani. Zhamnov drops back alongside Manson. 6-4. The Canadiens lead. 7:42, the time of the penalty. Mark Bureau, who's been taking most of the key faceoffs for the Canadiens, is out again against Olczyk. Bureau puts it in behind his net. It's sent to the blue line. Manson can't hold on to it. Knocks it back into his own zone. Zhamnov chased by Bureau. Takes it in behind. Here comes Alexei Zhamnov. Slowly gets it to Tkachuk. He moves quickly to center. Gains the line. Lets it go over top. Going for it. Tkachuk to Olczyk. To Zhamnov. To Olczyk. Zhamnov. Olczyk. Lets it go. Knocked down in front. Koivu clears it away. Zhamnov takes it from Chevrolet. Passed it between his feet to Manson, but Solani was fooled by that little maneuver. Kind of a dangerous play by Alexei Zhamnov with Manson being the lone man back.
Well, that's right. They're making some trick plays there right now, but Montreal Canadiens are coming on with their special teams right now. They're penalty killing the last time. The 5-against-3 was very important. They did a nice job of killing it off. And the Winnipeg Jets, the big guns of Olczyk and Solani and Zamnoff just don't have the jump right now. They're not able to get into Montreal, so you got to give Montreal some credit on how they're killing off these penalties.
Vincent Damphos, Patrice Brisbois, Rosinski, and Popovich, the penalty killers. 1:10 left. Damphos. It goes to Shamnov. To Manson. Rebound. And Tkachuk put it over top. Here's Solani. Shamnov shot. Off Popovich and wide. Manson. Tkachuk. Solani. Side of the net. Olczyk missed it. Popovich kicks it. And there's going to be another penalty to the Canadiens. So the Jets will have a 2-man advantage again. It would appear, with 48 seconds left in the last penalty. To Kiprasov.
Well, they'll get the man advantage again, Kerr, but, you know, Jets have got to be able to throw some other guys out there in this situation. You're just tiring out this one line over and over and over again, and no matter how long they stay out there, they've got to be tired. Montreal will change their 3 or 4 guys every once in a while, send fresh guys out. The Winnipeg Jets still have the same 5 out there. You'll see Manson, he's just cranking her up and shooting it, and Tkachuk gets robbed there a little bit. Thibault doesn't react very quickly. He thought it was in.
2 minutes for boarding. Popovich for boarding. The Jets with their second 2-man advantage of the period. Their third 2-man advantage of the game. They scored in the first period, were unsuccessful due to some brilliant penalty killing by the Canadiens early in the third. And like you say, these people, Solani, Olczyk, Tkachuk, Shamnov, and now they got Stapleton out there rather than Manson, but the other 4 appear to be running out of gas with what they did in the first 2 periods compared to what they've done here in the third. Euro has been out a lot tonight. He takes the face-off against Olczyk, but they'll have to do it again. A chance for the Jets. 48 seconds, 2-man advantage. They trail by 2, nearing the 9-minute mark of the third. 5 forwards out there. Here's Stapleton with it. Stapleton to Shamnov. To Tkachuk, and it was picked out of the air by Thibault.
Well, there's the ghost of Jacques Plante and Dryden, Patrick Roy. That's what they've been waiting for out of Thibault. Clean shot by Tkachuk. Comes off the face-off again. We've seen more scoring chance off the face-off tonight. Samnoff, nice little pass. Right to the glove side on the left-hand side. But he saw the shot all the way.
Face-off moves to the right of Thibault. 42 seconds left in the 2-man advantage. Again, it'll be Bureau. Again, it'll be Olczyk. Bureau pulls it back. Canadiens can't clear. Shamnov, Stapleton, Shamnov, Solani. Solani. Tkachuk, man. Olczyk scores! The hat trick for Eddie O.
Well, we'll see Eddie Olczyk, his favorite position. Skates behind the goal line, stick out in front. He knows they're looking for him. Tkachuk, did he fan on it? Did he actually pass the puck? I think he fanned on it, didn't he? Big smile by Eddie O. Again, Solani knows where to go. To the front of the net, there's Eddie O, all by himself. Off to the left. He's a happy camper out there. Now they're back 6-5.
His 15th goal of the season. His 3rd of the night. His 10th in the last 8 games.
His 15th of the season and 3rd of the game. Scored by number 16, Eddie Olczyk. The assist to number 7, Keith Tkachuk. And to number 8, Teemu Solani. Scored on the power play at 9 minutes, 11 seconds.
6-5. The Canadiens lead. The Jets with a man advantage for 1:38, but Brzezinski has the puck for the Canadiens. Takes it into Damphousse. Tkachuk can't take it. Damphousse puts it across. Brisebois shot. It's deflected up and out of play. Same power play personnel out there for Winnipeg. As a result of the last goal, Kathy Clausen of Winnipeg, our next winner in our Safeway Score and Win contest, by including a Ragu sauce as proof of purchase and entering at Safeway. Kathy, you won a set of Dirt Devil vacuums from Royal Appliances. And we've got a grand prize hat trick winner with the third goal by Eddie Olczyk, an instant winner of a Canadian Holidays trip for two, thanks to Safeway Score and Win contest. Gene Chopik, you have won a trip for two to Mazatlan, where you and a guest will spend 7 days on the beautiful beaches of the Caravelle Beach Club, courtesy of Canadian Holidays, Canada's largest vacation company. Here comes Keith Tkachuk. 1:20 left in the man advantage for Winnipeg. The Jets trail at 5-4. The Canadiens clear it away. Nearing the midway mark of the third. 6-5 the score. Manson behind his goal. Leaves it there for Shamnov. Shamnov away. Center ice. Dumps it in. Solani after it. Back for Olczyk. Olczyk taken off the puck by Brisebois. Koivu gets it out. Manson looks over to Shamnov. To Solani. Takes it deep. 44 seconds left in the man advantage. This unit has been on the ice almost the entire third period for Winnipeg. Solani gets by a couple of checks. Gives it to Tkachuk. Olczyk goes after it deep. Quintal goes after him. Tkachuk into the corner. Tkachuk takes it back. Now it goes to Odelai. He takes his time and clears it away. Back forward is Manson. 17 seconds left in the penalty. Solani. Manson gets by a couple of checks. Gets it over now to Turcotte. Turcotte shot wide. Solani. Across. Here's Quinn. Shot wide. Solani. Popovich is out of the box. It goes to Tkachuk. Trying to pull his way through. Put it through the crease. And Damphousse away from Montreal. Damphousse working against Quinn. Stops. Puts it deep. And Manson goes back for it. 8:49 left. Both clubs at full strength. Montreal 6. Winnipeg 5. Turcotte over the line. Here's Turcotte trying to get through. Popovich stood him up. Now King behind the net. King centers it. And pouncing on it is Thibault. Plenty of action tonight.
Tis the season to spend time with my precious family.
Tis more about spending your precious money.
Uncle Scrooge, I've been saving on all the Yuletide treasures at Canadian Tire. Like this Makita 9.6-volt drill kit, plus a bonus pack that includes a quick driver and an extra battery. And bells on Bobtail's ring, it was only $179.99. Saving on all these gifts at Canadian Tire makes me feel all warm and tingly.
Maybe it's the eggnog.
Canadian Tire lets you give like Santa and save like Scrooge.
Christmas is a time for families to get together and express their love for one another. Sometimes, though, we get caught up in the stress of the season and forget that many Winnipeggers will go without this Christmas. You can help out. Drop off a new unwrapped toy for a girl or a boy at the Christmas Cheerboard's Toy Depot. The smile on that child's face will be more than enough thanks. The Christmas Cheerboard's Toy Depot is open every day of the week. Please do your part because Christmas belongs to everyone.
Molson 3 stars following the game, selected by Mr. Urban.
I like that, Mr. Urban. Now,
Not Dick either, Ted.
Why would they show a picture of Eddie Olczyk after they say Molson's 3 stars? You think he might be in the running? What's he done tonight?
Eddie O, 3 goals and an assist tonight. 6-5. The Canadiens lead it. Here's Kiprasov. Can't get it by Stapleton. Dumped it toward the goal. It's grabbed by Quintal. And he clears it away. Back to get it is Finley. Finley sends it out. Shamnov directs it over. Shamnov to the line. Stopped. Now Gunas. And it poked thrown by Savage. Now Turgeon follows up. Here's Turgeon's shot. Chevrolet save. And with it is Dallas Drake. Can't get it by Turgeon. Now it goes back into the Canadian zone. And with it is Big Q. Stefan Quintana to Savage. His center ice stopped there by Daryl Shannon. And he dumps it back in. 7:45 left in the third. Montreal 6. Winnipeg 5. It's taken by Arecki. Puts it to an open wing. There to get it, Solani. Shannon. Olczyk. To Tkachuk, and it's offside.
Tkachuk's had a good game tonight, Kurt. He plays the front of the net very well, as we all know, but he's been able to open up some space for Solani and Eddie Olczyk, and that's why we've seen Olczyk get the 3 goals there. You'll see that Eddie Ol knocks the puck off Solani's feet. He's coming in there flying, but unfortunately Solani just went offside to the left-hand side there. But Solani's still got some jump in the legs, even as though he's played a lot of this hockey game.
Danfus and Olczyk face off. Danfus pulls it all the way back, and T-Ball leaves it there for Popovich. 7:20 left, third period. 6-5. Montreal leads. Here's Danfus, 2-on-1. In over the line. Danfus in front, shot. Chevrolet save. Shannon comes up with it. Around now for Tkachuk. That was cut off. Danfus shot off the shoulder of Chevrolet and out of play. The opportunities come fast. Furious tonight.
You're going to see this happen, Kurt. It's very easy to skate hard when you're offensively when you have the puck. Winnipeg Jets right now, you can see Solani and Tkachuk, and they're just having trouble getting back into the play right now. They're tired, and it's tough to work in your own end. But Chevrolet makes an excellent save to keep the Jets in the game, and Montreal comes right back, and Chevrolet makes another good save. But the Winnipeg Jets, the line that's been out there the most and their best offensive players, just don't have enough to get back in their own end to help out.
Face off to the left of Chevrolet. Danfus is out between Stevenson and Rosinski. Brisebois back at the point for Montreal, along with Popovich. Turcotte is out at center for Winnipeg with King and Doan, Malgunas and Findlay. It goes now to Stu Malgunas. In behind his goal, the Canadiens go back, make a quick change, run off the faceoff. The pass goes too far for King. It's all the way down, and they'll face off in Jet territory again.
Well, the Winnipeg Jets coaching staff know they need one more goal. Montreal Canadiens just got away with another one. They had about 7 guys in the ice, and that changed. They wanted to get Danfus's line off the ice, but they sent their players over very quickly. The Winnipeg Jets know they have to give their big line a rest. See if they can give him some more energy back. Samnoff's the kind of guy that can pull a game like this out of the hat. He's got the skills to do it. He's got the fresher legs, too, I think.
Jamnov is out there now with Stapleton and Drake. Canadiens, Bureau, Petrov, and Brashear. Jamnov gives it to Manson. Manson leaves it for Jamnov. Again, the Canadiens go back for the change. Here's Jamnov. Gives it to Drake. Drake moves in. Stapleton in front. Drake puts it wide. Here's Quint. Quint down deep for Drake. Drake can it go by him. Trying to tie up his man Kiprasov. Sent ahead Bure. Grab now. Taken out to center ice by Koivu. Koivu trying to work wide. Gets it to Recchi. Checked by Quint to Manson. Manson's pass. Drake. Drake gets up to center ice. Knocked away. Quint with it. 6:12 left. Third period. Canadiens lead by 1. Manson dumps it in. Popovich is back. Flips it high in the air. Manson back for it. Manson to center ice. Solani. Solani pass picked off. Danfus ahead now to Bure. Here's Bure trying to go by Manson. Knocked down. And Dave Manson will draw the gate. Canadiens. Brisebois. 6 attackers. Shot. Finley comes up with it, and the whistle sounds. Manson will go to the penalty box.
You'll see again here, Kurt, you've got the Tkachuk line out there with Eddie Olczyk and Solani, and what happens here, Montreal breaks up pretty darn quick here. And and Manson stands up just for a second, and he knows the Montreal player's got him beat, puts a stick between the leg and pulls him down.
So the Canadiens with a man advantage, and 5:46 left, leading by 1.
Well, here we go. Specialty teams again. This is a big, important kill for the Winnipeg Jets. 2 reasons. One, it keeps it 6-5. They can kill it off. But this might be the only way you keep that Solani and Olczyk, Tkachuk off the ice, give them a little bit of a rest, give them a break, and then they can come out flying at 3:46 left to go in the game.
Turgeon, Kovalenko, Recchi up front on the power play. Brisebois back at the point, along with Popovich. Finley sends it around. Brisebois can't hold it in. Jamnov comes up with it. Eastwood heads to the net. Jamnov shot. Popovich. And it's out of play. Jets have been a threat shorthanded all year. They've scored 6 shorthanded goals. 3 by Drake.
Well, Brent Thompson makes a good play here. He's a defenseman. He just knocks it back to his partner Finley around the boards. And Zamnoff breaks by Brisebois. Now, Zamnoff, if he isn't working that hard, he'll probably get a penalty called against him. So how do you fault the guy? He's working hard, doesn't get a penalty call against him. But Brisebois had the hook on him, but Zamnoff broke away.
A minute 51 left in the penalty. 5:37 left in the third. 6-5 Montreal. Thompson shot. Thibault drops it aside to Popovich. Now it goes to Brisebois. Turgeon circles deep. Jamnov with an eye on him. Here comes Pierre Turgeon. Jumped it out. Recchi goes down. There's going to be a penalty to Jamnov, and the Canadiens will have a 2-man advantage.
Well, we'll see Zamnoff pulls down Recchi right on the boards. Referees called 5-on-3s against Montreal tonight, and he just evened it up a little bit, and Recchi gets a good call.
So the Canadiens with an opportunity to put this away, a 2-man advantage. It happened behind the play. Recchi went down. Jamnov was in the area. And he hits to the box. That comes with a minute 30 left in the penalty to Manson. Turgeon, Brisebois, Demboos, Recchi, and Kiprasov. The Jets send out Tkachuk, Stapleton, and Finley. 2 forwards. Turgeon. It goes back to Brisebois. He gives it to Turgeon. Plenty of traffic in front. Turgeon takes a look. Beats Brisebois. Brisebois takes his time. Gets it over. Kiprasov to Brisebois. Into Turgeon. Dempo still in front. Turgeon. Top of the circle. Turgeon in deep. Taken there by Stapleton. And he dumps it the distance. 1 minute left in one penalty. 1.5 minutes left in the other. Here's Brisebois. Gains the jet line. Jets go into that diamond. It goes now to the triangle, and Stapleton clears it away. Back to get it is Recchi. Stapleton replaced by Turcotte. Recchi gives it to Turgeon. He works out to center ice. Gets in over the line. Goes to the outside. Turgeon lets it go wide. Now Recchi comes up with it. Recchi with Turgeon. Bam on a pass to Turgeon, so gives it to Brisebois. Back to Recchi. Into Turgeon. Dempoos is in front. Turgeon shot blocked. Now Gunas can't get it out. Drake dives, can't get it out. Turcotte gets it out. Kiprasov. Dempoos. Gains the Dempoos in deep. The first penalty is over. Brisebois. Dempoos. In front of Recchi. Save Chevrolet. Rebound. Cleared. Manson out of the penalty box. Dumps it away. 19 seconds left in the penalty to Jamnov. Kiprasov deep from Montreal. Starting away, Rasinski to center. He dropped it off. It goes to Koivu in deep. Koivu tied up by Solani. Jamnov's out of the box. The Jets back at full strength. Jamnov across down to Finley. Finley chases it. Gets over the line. 3 minutes, 5 seconds left, third period. 6-5, the Canadiens lead. Puck at center ice. Kovalenko trying to bull his way by Olczyk. Kovalenko holds on. Back, Popovich breaks his stick. It goes now to Olczyk against Kovalenko. Rasinski taking off the puck. Finley, 2:45 left. Leading the Jets outside the zone. Gets it to Olczyk. Olczyk trying to work it through. Olczyk for Tkachuk. Knocked back. Manson trying to hold it in. He can't. Now tries it, dumps it in. And Kiprasov with 2.5 left. Has it in front of his goal. To Danfus. To Stevenson. Stapleton back for Winnipeg. Stapleton trying to shake off Brashear. Gets it to Jamnov. Left there for Shannon, who gives it to Manson. He spots Jamnov. The pass beyond his reach. Brisebois to Turgeon. It's dumped in. 2 minutes and 7 seconds left. 6-5 Montreal. Stapleton behind his goal. Leads the Jets outside the zone towards center. Gives to Drake. Off him down deep. Back to get it. Popovich. Drake takes him heavily in against the board. Kovalenko against Jamnov. Drake trying to fish it out. Kovalenko holds it. 1:46 left. 6-5 Montreal leads.
Want to start the new year on a roll? How does a new luxury car sound? Or a dream vacation in the sun? How about $5 million in cash? Or one of 6 prizes of $1 million? With over $25 million in total cash and prizes, it's the best $20 value in the West. Get on a roll with Celebration 96 Lottery. Now at your lottery ticket center.
Last year, Winnipeg police stopped more than 11,000 vehicles at check stops and charged 61 people with impaired driving. That's 61 too many. If you've had too much cheer this holiday season, please don't drink and drive. Call a cab or Operation Red Nose. Volunteer drivers from Manta Swim Club will drive you and your vehicle home safely. So don't drink and drive. Call Operation Red Nose at 478-1116. Supported by Manitoba Public Insurance and CKND Newsline.
Jets down by 1. Tim Chevrolet will be lifted, no doubt.
Oh, definitely he'll be lifted there. Winnipeg Jets will keep him in the net for a little longer there. They've got to give their players some rest up there. Chevrolet will sit for a while, probably about to the 55-second or a minute mark.
Part of our post-game show, one of the features, the Renault Auto Body crunch of the game with Joe Pascucci. So the Jets send out Olczyk. Tkachuk. Jamnov and Solani are back. Manson is up, the only defenseman on the ice. Bureau beaten by Olczyk. Solani shot. It goes to the corner. Tkachuk. Tkachuk looks out. It goes back now to Jamnov. Hopped over his stick. Jamnov puts it in. Popovich trying to clear it. Gets it high. It goes all the way down. Well, a planned play by the Jets off that faceoff to get it over to Solani for the one-timer. It worked to tie a game earlier in the season if they won in overtime. That time it didn't finish.
Well, the Jets coaching staff have come up with some good plays, getting it back to Solani, as you say, to get the shots there. The problem they're having, they're getting some awkward bounces. Earlier in the game, they got the good bounces. Now it's bouncing over their stick.
Olczyk and Bureau again. 1:28 left in the third. 6-5. Montreal leads Winnipeg. 2-0 Jets after 1. 5-4 Montreal after 2. Rasinski gave the Canadiens a 6-4 lead. And then Olczyk with the Jets in a 2-man advantage got his third of the night. And that's where we are. Here's Manson trying to feed Solani. Pass is blocked by Stevenson. Again, Solani along the boards. Jamnov trying to hold it at the point. They battle for it. And it's offside Winnipeg. And that ate up some more seconds as 1:15 left.
Well, Tim Shovelday will be looking at the bench pretty soon now. He knows once the Winnipeg Jets get the puck deep into the Montreal zone, he'll probably get over to that bench, and we'll see somebody come over the boards. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Mike Staples tonight, the way he's been playing.
Bureau and Olczyk have seen a lot of each other in face-offs. A minute 15 left. Montreal leads by 1. Olczyk, Tkachuk, Manson, Solani, Shemnov. Here's Popovich, takes it into the Jet zone, dumps it in deep. Back to get it is Manson. Leaves it now for Shemnov, who leaves it for Manson, who gives it to Shemnov. A hit for Solani. He dumps it in. Back to get it, Brisebois. Sends it off the glass. Manson at center. Shovelay was halfway out. Now Manson with it. Manson gets it to the blue line. Brisebois does a job keeping it out. Now the Jets dump it in. Popovich will clear. It goes to Bureau. 41 seconds left. He dumps it in. Shovelay leaves it there. Shemnov starts out. Shemnov looks for room. Shovelay's at the bench. The Jets Olczyk dumps it in. Loose puck. Tkachuk barges after it. Brisebois gets there. Turcotte, the 6th attacker. It goes high. Back forward is Shemnov. 22 seconds. Here's Olczyk. He had it taken from him. Here's Koivu's shot. Wide of the open goal. Recchi shot. He hit the post. Turcotte comes up with it. 10 seconds to Olczyk. Olczyk to Turcotte. It's cleared away. That should do it. Here's Manson to Shemnov. Shemnov puts it across. Turcotte offside, but the game is over. For the first time this season, the Jets drop below 500. Big win for Mario Tremblay and company, overcoming a 2-0 first period deficit.
Well, it's really important for Mario Tremblay and the Montreal Canadiens. All the changes they've gone through in the last couple of weeks. This hockey club, to be successful, has to enjoy some success. So if they win a game like this, 6-5, they'll take it because they know they've got to get confidence within each other. They got to be happy for each other. So it's a big win for this hockey team, even though it's a 6-5 score.
Even though it's a 6-5 score, it's a big victory for Jocelyn Thibault.
Oh, he's thankful for the win. That's his first win. I mean, we saw Patrick Waugh last night on TV being so happy that he won his first game for the Avalanche. And I know Thibault will be watching that saying, hey, I'm one with you now, pal.
Stand by for the Molson 3 Stars. The Montreal Canadiens defeat the Winnipeg Jets in their first meeting in 2 years by a count of 6-5.
Okay, let's meet at Red Lobster in an hour.
Red Lobster? This holiday season, there's no better place to meet than Red Lobster. For a limited time, enjoy our pound of shrimp dinner with savory garlic shrimp, big golden fried shrimp, and flame grilled shrimp. A whole pound of succulent shrimp. Red Lobster's pound of shrimp dinner, the perfect gift from us to you and soon. And for your holiday parties, enjoy party platters to go. Happy holidays from Red Lobster Canada.
Crispy Crunch presents The Couple Search. We're looking for the next Crispy Crunch couple.
The only thing as good as your Crispy Crunch.
You can audition for and might be one of 2 people to star in our next Crispy Crunch commercial.
We should be the Crispy Crunch couple because we're really cute and we need the money.
We've been on your camera how many times now? Of course, we both had drama training.
Auditions end January 20th.
I'm your man.
It could be you.
We just love this thing. Oh, we screwed up. Cut.
It's The Couple Search from Crispy Crunch.
What's on your Christmas list this year? Another sweater, tie, perfume, or that boring box of chocolates? Why not give them some excitement? Tickets to a Jets game, dinner at a fine restaurant, a round of golf, a day at Discovery Zone. You can give all of these when you give Winnipeg's Book of Gold. For $35, you're giving over 200 2-for-1 coupons, a gift everyone can use year-round. And now, just in time for Christmas, you can pick up your Book of Gold at Shoppers Drug Mart, Select a Seat, or any of these local retailers.
Time now for the Molson Cup 3 Stars from tonight's game. A 6-5 victory by the Canadiens. Vincent Damphousse, number 3 star. He scored the controversial 5th goal of this game. The 2nd star, the captain of the Montreal Canadiens, Pierre Turgeon. He had his 13th goal of the season in this one. And the 1st star from the Winnipeg Jets, Eddie Olczyk, the hat trick. 3 goals, 15 now on the season. And there you see the overall Molson Cup standings. Nikolai Habibulin leading with 35 points. Time now for tonight's Jim Gauthier Big Easy Play of the Game. And I talked about the controversial fifth goal. It was scored by Vincent Damphousse. Controversial because at the blue line, he lets the puck go, skates over the blue line first, and the puck follows. No call. The shot by Quintal, and there's Vincent Damphousse scoring his 15th goal of the season. That is the Big Easy Play of the Game, brought to you by the home of the Big Buy, Jim Gauthier Chevrolet's Geo Cadillac. Still more to come on our Molson Jets hockey telecast. The Montreal Canadiens, 6-5 winners over the Jets tonight.
We've done it longer, we do it better, over 300 years, day by day. Come celebrate Christmas at the Bay today.
Find a lower advertised price on these great gift items. We'll double the difference guaranteed. Save $20 on this Tefal deep fryer with safety locking lid and charcoal filter to eliminate frying odors. And save $15 on this indoor barbecue with 3-level positioning grills.
Come celebrate Christmas at the Bay today.
I thought I was running away, but I was just running. All I could see was you. Escape.
Calvin Klein at the Bay.
The free
Motorola
flip phone
from
Amigo.
It's
the one gift
you'll
keep
on
opening.
Cantel Amigo, available at these fine stores. Come celebrate the Olive Garden's Tuscan Feast. Mediterranean garlic shrimp, chicken and spinach manicotti, and sirloin steak grilled Tuscan style. With free soup or salad and breadsticks. The Tuscan Feast, just $13.95, only at the Olive Garden, Canada.
Golf Tour coupon books have been a favorite Christmas gift for years. This year, Golf Tour 96 comes with something special. Winnipeg's Book of Gold. With Book of Gold, you get 16 of the same golf courses offering 25 free rounds of golf. Plus, get 2-for-1 coupons at 90 restaurants, Jets games, skiing, IMAX, Discovery Zone, and many more. This year, give them more than Golf Tour. Give them Book of Gold. Pick up your Book of Gold at Shoppers Drug Mart, Select a Seat, Caddy Shed, Nevada Bob's, Dale at Sapenco, the Bomber Gift Shop, and all Play It Again sports stores.
Now for tonight's Vernos Auto Body Crunch of the Game. Captain of the Winnipeg Jets, Chris King, was throwing his weight around all night long, and in the second period, he found the Canadiens' Nick Kiprasov. Puts him down. That is the Crunch of the Game, brought to you by Vernos Auto Body, family-owned and operated for over 40 years. The Canadiens over the Jets 6-5. Our Molson Jets telecast continues after this.
Well, it's fun for the money, two for the dough. Free to get red and I'm going scratch go.
Oh, what fun for the money. Festive scratch and win lottery games. Great chances to share holiday cash with 'Tis the Season gift tags. Or win cool Yule prizes and cash with Santa and Sony. Or have a ball with Christmas bingo. Great to give, better to receive. Scratch and win for the ho-ho holidays.
This is fine print. Its natural habitat is down at the bottom of an ad, often one promising you tremendous savings on long distance. It hides there in the desperate hope that it won't be noticed. Because if you did notice it, you'd realize that the savings being promised might not be as big as they seem, and that you can get competitive savings from MTS. Funny how with all that type, they managed to forget that.
Brandon is a little more mature. Kelly is a little more beautiful. They've grown up over the years.
Life begins when you're 21.
Mine has.
But they're still the same old gang from Beverly Hills.
I care about you. All of you.
And they're still dealing with the issues.
It's gonna be okay.
That all young people do.
Why does it always have to be so hard? Because we don't fall in love with fantasies. We fall in love with real people.
Wednesday at 7 p.m. on CKND Winnipeg TV.